You're actually not bad off though.
2d6 times 10 I got to start with.
Yeah, that's not bad. There are some actual horrible ones. Trust me.
Is it sorcerer's really stupidly low?
Oh shit, Viking, you've started the stream, haven't you?
Yeah, he's been streaming for like the past, what, 5-10 minutes?
17.
Damn it, Viking, I told you to actually let me know when we were going to start that.
I'm now starting. We are live.
Alright.
Greetings!
Salutations!
I can't use my soundboard because we're not in TeamSpeak.
What are you buying?
Salutations, stream viewers, which I'm pretty sure is just the people who are in this chat right now.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
Sure. Because I'm pretty sure you don't have anyone watching currently, Viking.
I don't think so.
Although this is going to be for the people who come later. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, monsters and outsiders, to this first session of Noobs Anonymous. Gather round as I tell you the tale of 4 adventurers.
What is this, fucking
and let us
Hands of
pray
Fate?
that they make it interesting.
Fucking Hands of Fate. Gather round and I shall tell you a story.
I don't really want to agree with interesting, really.
Oh,
I
yeah.
quite like
Oh,
to be
well,
quite as boring as possible.
Yes, you can do me.
Gotta go with the monotone
I
voice.
really quite appreciate paperwork.
Our story starts off in the small, sleepy town of Sandpoint, where our heroes have gathered in request for a band to deal with some local goblin trouble. Currently, they are all gathered within the Sandpoint garrison, awaiting their quest giver.
Oh, so we actually already know each other.
I'm not saying you already know each other. If you want to, you can, but currently you all just sort of
No, I picked up
took the
a
job and
yeah,
they're-
I picked up a thing on a notice board that said kill people, so I came straight away.
I found a flyer on a dead person.
Did you put your knife into the dead person to make them dead to take the fall?
I plead the fifth.
I see dead people. How often? When I kill people.
How the fuck did I get here?
How am I here? I'm very confused.
Teleported in.
Cleric's
What's
at a
going
corner,
on?
drunk out of his mind.
Yeah,
How did I get here?
I wonder who's actually looked over and seen the map that I prepared, or
Oh,
not
I've seen
prepared, just sort of
I've
put
seen
over here.
I haven't. Ooh, very nice. Fancy. So we're at the garrison. So where is that? Oh, that's just near the old like house.
Funnily enough.
Yep.
It says Sandpoint Garrison.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
All right, and then you're a bit big there.
Change the size of that.
I'm going to
No,
take
don't
up the
change the size of
entire
your tokens
garrison.
because it's We'll just
Okay.
I can make like a little token we can move around.
It is a flame.
Let's make it red.
So are we all? Have we all just like walked in, or are we all there?
Yeah, what's
Already?
the situation? What were we in now?
So
I'm
you're
sort of
all
waiting.
so you've all just sort of walked in.
The
or you've
doctor will
been-
see you now.
when you just sort of lifted up the notice from the notice board, as some of you have taken from actual notice boards, and others have taken from
Corpses of reputable sources.
That's
Yeah,
just
they
a
just
different
sort-
kind. That's like an Art Nouveau notice board.
the guards. Just sort of waved you in and
Custom made notice
another
board.
room. It's just the four of you there, or five, depending on if there's a summon thing there.
It's
Have-
just a
have
big
we,
fucking dog in the corner.
Have we met each other yet, or is it like, or?
I am
have we-
currently flirting with one of the female guards.
It's
Only
just
us
you
four in the
four in
room.
this room.
Yeah, this is
Aw.
the
Are
first
you
time I met
practicing?
anyone.
He's pulled out a small hand mirror and is practicing his flirting in the corner.
Okay, I will be adjusting my belt and everything.
Alright, do you
Making
want to
sure I'm ready.
introduce yourselves to the others?
Wait, why would we? Do we know we're all on the same job?
Well, you all came into the same room, being ushered by the
I'm
same
gonna
guards.
open it up. So, what are you in for?
So Cybern's opening it up with, why would I talk to these bastards when I can rob them?
So, what are you in for? Really?
Very pointedly ignored by everyone else in the room.
The joke falls flat.
I wasn't sure if you were still talking to your hand mirror.
I
seem to be
snapped
having
that
fun with
shut
that guard.
sassily.
Sassily.
As you're all
Like they do in
Being
LMFAO's
awkward.
video.
No, I was gonna say, so
the
what
door
are
to the room opens, and a fairly fancy-looking guard lieutenant walks in with two guards at their back, one of which stays outside, the other comes in with him as he closes the door.
I point at Cybern's character. Watch her, she looks disreputable.
Hey,
Nodding
boy, fuck
pointedly
you.
at the guards.
The escort just sort of glares at you, and the lieutenant sighs.
I wink
Yep.
at the escort.
Oh my god, that squish token.
Not that kind of escort, okay?
Alright, so since you've all shown up with the flyers that I put out, I'd imagine you're all here for the goblin job that the mayor has put up. Am I correct?
Oh, Emily's.
I just look
Nod
at
when
him.
they ask
I mean, as long as you're paying well.
We'll pay as well as we can. I mean, the price is listed on there. It's
Ah,
about
yeah.
Actually,
500.
I would like to check the price on the file.
Is that up
It's
for haggle?
currently listed as 1,000 gold pieces, plus whatever else you can find. So looting rights, pretty much.
Shut up, Runic.
A heckler outside.
Just a
the window.
civvy walks past.
Alright.
I'm gonna stand up and sort of like lead on his space, like he sort of walks in and just sort of nod and wait for everyone else to start moving.
Can we like explain what our
So-
characters look like since we all see each other right now?
You gonna do?
I'll start. Does anyone want to start off, or I will?
Yeah.
Do we
I
wanna
figured
start
you
with
guys
basically-
would explain your own characters because you're the ones who know how they look the best.
I'll start off because I have no idea. We'll see how this goes. So in front of you is a dwarf with brown hair, blue eyes, a not like super long but really well kept kind of I wouldn't say hipstery, but like really kind of, well, I mean basically like a hipster kind of beard. If you think about with like a long kind of
Oh
big
my god,
mustache.
you're a neckbeard.
No.
Do you have a trail mix?
Look at the oh, you know, fucking no. Look at
Bellin,
this.
set your character as your character, not as Bellin, so we can actually see what your character looks like.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
Well, it's kind of, the token's fairly small and it's a bit squished.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
One
give me a
second.
second. I'm gonna just.
There you go.
No. In the chat, when it says like at the bottom says as, it's usually like what
Isn't
you're
that
rolling.
one of the dwarfs from
So that
Lord
way
of the
I can easily
Rings?
resize it.
Oh my god. It's Qui-Gon Jinn!
You guys. That's what I could find.
Is it not just Kwai Jin because there's only half of him, or is this what happened to his bottom half after the first film?
His bottom half regrew legs and he became a dwarf.
I just wanted to take a moment to say that Viking said his bottom half regrew legs.
Did I?
So I realised as well that was Darth Maul that got cut in half anyway. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
He did survive.
So, he has a brown beard, kind of like a mustache, kind of wearing mostly like a leather, kind of like in the picture, basically. The only kind of difference is that he's carrying a mace instead of a sword. He's carrying a short bow, and he kind of has like a bag that he kind of keeps with him on the side when he's sitting down. And visibly, or actually, yeah, that's basically kind of what you see. He's wearing leather armor. And yeah, he kind of slicked back hair. That kind of goes back down a little bit. I would probably say, kind of like into a ponytail in the back. And then yeah, that's basically what it looks like.
Alright, going down the list. Runic, would you like to go next?
Okay, so a figure that's just sort of stood and nodded to the lieutenant as he's come in. Is it? Oh my good! Rapidly zoomed in on face. Is not a particularly tall as Fido isn't here yet. People tend to object to me travelling through towns with Fido out.
If that's what you want to call it, then.
I mean, his name's so yeah, that will come up when we talk about it. But yeah, a fairly what looks more like a travel worn Asima. The hair's a very metallic sort of silver sort of colour, actually shiny and reflective of the metal itself rather than the colour. You can see a faint glow from behind their eyes, and it's sort of travel worn clothing with holding a short spear, almost with a wide bladed head, almost like a boar spear. Looks a bit more country travel rather than city travel, but fairly pale skinned and only about 5.5 foot, so not too tall.
Alright. Cybern, your turn.
In one of the corners of the room, you see a surprisingly short elf scrutinizing her ruffled flyer. There's something dark on the flyer. It might be blood. You don't know.
You don't know.
Describe yourself. Promptly describes the flyer.
She has jet black hair, and you do notice heterochromatic blue-green eyes.
Ooh.
Off on one side of her hip, she has a rapier and a covered sack and a light crossbow on her back.
All right. And then Viking.
I'm a bog standard human boy. I'm 6'3". I have black hair. My eyes are blue. Quite a light blue. And I'm pretty sure I'm the tallest out of everyone.
Yeah, it's you and a bunch of midgets.
It certainly seems that way.
Wait, how tall is your character?
6'3".
Okay, yeah, you're probably the tallest here.
I'm considered quite tall for a human, actually.
You're fucking Andre the Giant of you.
Hello,
I'm
dragon.
Only just a foot, I'm only just a foot and a bit taller than the dwarf.
Oh god, that tea's coming back. I'll be right back.
Out of which end?
Okay. Coming out the correct end, okay. It's just I've been drinking like 3 or 4 glasses of tea, and now I'm drinking alcohol, so you know that's not good for my bladder.
Oh dear.
All right.
Moving swiftly on.
Hey. We should probably wait for him to get back.
Fair enough. Hello, dragon. Welcome to the stream. I've never played Pathfinder or D&D before.
Yeah, this is for Viking's first time ever doing something like this.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you shouldn't trust me with this sort of responsibility, but oh well, here we are.
Probably not, but oh well. I'm assuming everyone's currently talking common.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
haven't said a word yet.
Yeah. I'll.
Oh yeah, you just
can,
grunted.
You can assume. You can assume that if I don't state that they're speaking in a different language, they're speaking common.
Ah, gotcha.
I am Sam.
Red is the
I don't
game
know why
master.
they
so-
trusted me, but
Because you said, "Oh, you've never played D&D before? I'll run a game and you can play." And that's basically how this started.
that
Red's
is exactly how this started.
Oh, Cybran is back.
Welcome back, Cyber.
So what is currently happening?
So, the guard lieutenant just made sure you were all here for the job that was posted,
Right.
and now he leans in a bit more and gestures for you all to gather around closer.
Quietly.
Okay. I do that.
So, I know you're here for this goblin job, but well, there's another problem going around in town that we didn't want to bother the mayor with, but we still needed adventurers, or at the very least outsiders, to help solve.
Can't get much more outsider than us.
There's a very pointed look at you as you say,
Yeah.
"Oh,"
The
at a sort of
lieutenant
slight distancing.
looks. The lieutenant just sort of looks at you.
I just sort of smile and raise my thumb.
So, the problem that we have is there's someone in the guard who keeps opening gates, sneaking out, and sometimes letting goblins in, sometimes bringing people out. We don't know who, we just know that there's people disappearing, and that it's at times when the guard should be watching those areas.
Ooh,
So we're gonna need you four to very quietly take a look around before we send you out to go and deal with that goblin problem. Because honestly, this is the worst one.
Could I do
Explains
a
the,
sense
fairly
motive check?
Yes, you can.
I think it's sense motive, isn't it? To sort of tell if he's...
Yeah, it's sense motive to tell if he's lying.
Right, how do I do this? Do I just click it?
So if
You should,
put
yeah.
it on your character sheet, it should roll.
Yes! The first roll is a nat 20!
Oh,
It is a
God.
nat 20 or is it a 20 plus
No,
one?
That is a nat
That's a
20.
nat
If it's
20.
green, it's nat 20. And he doesn't have any modifier.
I have no
Fuck's sake.
points in it! And I got a nat 20 on my first roll! Yes!
You know the guy, you know his life history, you know all of this is a lie.
You know he's being very iffy about the subject, but you can't tell that he's lying. Or not so much you can't tell that he's lying, but he doesn't seem to be lying.
Fair enough.
So he's genuine, but
He-
he's just
he's-
guarding.
He's
sort of.
yeah. He's not the guy doing it, trying to point it in someone else's direction, basically.
That would be a fucker of a session 0.5, wouldn't it, if you instantly fingered the bloke at the start?
Instantly
It's
just
you!
gone. God, that would be.
With no evidence.
Viking, is there a way to play your music over the Discord?
I don't think so. No.
If we get in a Discord, we can play some music, or there's music
You
in.
can play it
Roll20.
in.
I can play it in Roll20. I just don't know if there's well, any copyrighted stuff.
This stuff that I have is not copyrighted. As for the stuff in Roll20, I don't know.
Oh, maybe not.
I guess.
Oh, Runic. Would you be able to share my stream in Shameless Twitch links? Because I changed the
Yeah, of course you can.
thing.
I
And
don't. I don't know how the bot works. So
yeah, I changed it and I can't.
just distant bumbly. I do. Okay, cool.
If you need help with that as well, say.
You know what? Next session, which is going to be the actual proper first, then yeah, we can have sound and stuff for everything.
I can. I
Or
can
not
help
sound,
with
but
that. I have a few
music
things.
and whatnot. Yeah.
I have tavern music. Don't
That
ask
doesn't
why.
quite fit for
In the
honestly
middle of the
shady back
guardhouse.
It does feel sort of like a shady back room. There's a table, a couple of chairs, but nothing else really in
Have
the
we
room.
just been taken into the interrogation room?
There's a sort of underhand
No.
laughter from somebody in the background, and the occasional sound of somebody getting punched as they're interrogating a room.
So, I've got a couple of suspicions, but nothing solid yet. There's been a bit of activity around the Sandpoint Cathedral. I don't know if it's one of the priests there, or if it might be a guard that's assigned to that area.
I'm
but-
sorry, you think a priest could be doing this?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Well, they do have quite a few connections around town. At least the higher-ups do.
Oh, Red, do we know the religion in this town?
Are you already trying to start shit?
No, I'm just genuinely asking.
He's just trying to make sure nobody's Catholic, so we don't have to worry about kids. Sorry, no.
I'm concerned for the choir boy's safety.
Drink for heresy.
Dea's Vault. No!
Yeah, we're back to that now.
Oh god.
You might be dead by the end of this session.
I only got one drink, which is a shame.
Well, I still haven't exactly entirely decided on what accent my character's going to have, so it could either go Welsh or German.
Well, you see, I have some suspicions of my own.
Look your yours, it's alright, don't worry.
Oh my god. I would love that. Red looks furiously through the Inner Sea guide to see what religion Sandpoint is.
You can't prove that.
I don't need to.
Alright. The most common religion here. You can tell I've prepared for this very well. At the cathedral, it is primarily a place of worship for. Well, it's a pantheon cathedral.
Ah, right.
There isn't really any one god, especially here, out in the. Well, Varissia is the frontier region. So out here, there isn't really one god that's taken particular preference over the culture.
Fair enough.
But. Oh god, Mike, can we see what Dragon's saying?
Make a religion based around me. Place yourself and the position of a new god.
He is a bard, so...
We're just gonna go to the shop, comes back 10 minutes later. Worship me!
The bard
I have
of
a-
the- Oh god.
I have a slightly sour look on my face after the mention of a cathedral.
Although it could be some of the ones that have been. Some of the guards that have been hitting up the Rusty Dragon recently.
I'm sorry, the what now?
Rusty Dragon.
Is
It's
that
a
the tavern?
South end of the town.
Cool, can we go
It's
there?
one that has a giant gold dragon on the top of it. Well, not golden, but gilded. there's been a lot of interesting activity going on around there, according to some of my more loyal guards.
Shady
He sort of
activity?
shakes his head at the one that's standing behind him. Oh, who'd we lose?
Runic, no.
Aw.
He'll be back. With enough nat 20 rolls, you can put yourself in the position of a god. Would I be a god or just an archangel or something like that?
Red, have you seen my message?
Yeah.
People would revere me as a god, but that doesn't necessarily put me in the role of a god.
That fucking bird. I feel
Yeah,
so
I'm
bad.
going to go and turn off the light in the kitchen. Hang on.
So you want us to check the cathedral and the bar?
Well, that's the two most likely situations, or positions. Of course, there's the old light, which still has something under it, but I haven't seen many of the guards going there. We mainly just stand around outside and make sure nothing comes up from it.
From where? What? What did I miss?
The old light. It's a
Old lighthouse, isn't it?
Lord Tower. Yeah, an old lighthouse from the old empire that used to rule this area.
Ooh,
Could we
D&D
perhaps-
lecture. Oh, sorry. What place? Where are we currently?
We are at the red dot.
We're at the red dot.
Yeah, Sandpoint
Yeah,
Garrison.
Sandpoint
Sand-
Garrison.
Sorry, it's
Yeah.
called Sandpoint, and I was getting really confused. All right, continue. Sorry.
Could we perhaps get a schedule of the guard shift and when those disappearances started?
Give me a second. I'm just marking positions of interest.
You could, but I'm busy doing other things.
I'm writing stuff down in my notes, so if you don't have to rely on what's happening there.
I'm just gonna ask that you share notes with me later, but yeah.
Burn all of the... What is with my stream suddenly turning into the Imperium of fucking man?
I mean, I didn't plan for the campaign to go that way, but if you want to try it.
God, no, please.
Alright, we should probably wait for Runic to get back, though, but...
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get water while we. Oh,
There he is.
God
Nope,
damn it.
ding.
No, Belhan,
Too
go
late,
get water.
Belhan.
You're all good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Go and get water, man. Yeah.
I'm concerned that my chat is now just chanting Deus Vult.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't think that would be a day as normal.
Yeah, fair. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
I will...
Deus Volte...
What was that about drinking for heresy?
Desu Voltes?
Oh god damn it!
Are you special or something, mate?
Desu
Uh,
Volt
I might have been drinking too much now.
Oh my fucking god.
isn't,
God.
isn't Desu Voltes like the anime?
I think it is, yeah. Desu Voltes!
Figures the elf's a weeb.
though? It's just like a really chibi crusader.
So... well, Bellen's still gone, so... I'm gonna wait a little bit.
But yeah,
Sorry,
that was,
yeah.
that was a
Just
question in
misunderstood.
character.
Which question?
If we can get a schedule of the guard shift during the time of the disappearance.
Yeah, I can get that to you. It's... Although... For the... At least for the people at the Rusty Dragon, they wouldn't have been on shift at the time, because...
Enjoying
they're
some
at the tavern.
downtime.
We'd be dealing with a cabal. Did I use that word right? No, I
People
used that word.
people are opening the doors occasionally, instantly assumes mafia are involved.
Right, sorry, my internet died, so I missed a little bit of what was.
No problem.
Has he given us the Cathedral and Rusty Dragon as 2 points to invest?
The cathedral, the Rusty Dragon, Old Light.
Alright,
Do
thank
not
you.
give Cybran ideas.
Well, as of right now, it's the Cathedral and the Rusty Dragon. He sort of dismissed the old light. I just put a marker there as a sort of negative sort of thing for orange.
Dragon is
But
giving
then again,
Cybran
this is just
ideas.
his. Then again, this is just his suspicions.
It's true.
I'm concerned Dragon is giving Cybran ideas.
Oh, you assumed that I wasn't going to do that anyways.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot heavier than you think. So Red Dragon basically asked, said, "I wonder if you can steal the dragon that is on the Rusty Dragon. It would probably sell for a lot." This is why we can't have nice things.
It's heavier than 3 of you, so you wouldn't really be able to carry it around.
I'll hire the goblins to steal it for me.
Oh, those fucking
Goblins are
three.
weaker than you.
I like that idea. He says it's heavier than 3 of you. I'm assuming these 3 combined equal my weight.
Just gonna sort of
In
clear
that
my
case-
throat, excuse
Not
me.
a twit.
When
I'm
you
just-
say we're getting
Oh, God, he's gone
gates
German.
being opened, people being released, could you which location are they going missing from most? Is it to the northern end of the town, or the gates to the
You want some questions asked? You came to the right girl.
Oh, we don't really know where they're disappearing from, only that they're disappearing. I've got a couple guards who have reported some suspicious movement around the northeast wall, a couple that have seen people go into the Rusty Dragon and not come back out. And those guards usually are the next to go missing, so most of them have shut their mouths by now.
Right. So I just
Wait,
want to
you
address
noticed
the
Your
fact.
guards going missing in this one tavern, and that's not enough to get you to investigate it yourself?
Well, the ones that I sent investigating disappeared.
Turn slow towards the other. Could it be perhaps that we are, how you say, expendable?
I wouldn't put it that way.
Sorry, I want to just address the fact that my chat is implying that we make an alliance with a tribe of goblins, create a new religion, and then go on a crusade with said goblins.
Yeah, we could be the goblin gods.
Nope, I'm totally out for this. That's not happening.
Dear.
And
Excuse me, I'm going to leave.
And one plot derails and another begins.
No, there's some really odd peanut gathering outside. I kind of feel bad for your city.
Half of them want to go on a crusade.
If sorry, again, if they're going to investigate this, I'm assuming we're all doing it together.
so
Sorry, Riddick, say that again. I
I
didn't
can
understand.
barely understand you.
Are you
I'll just
both
talk
special?
normally, right? If we're going to be investigating this, and I assume we're all going to be doing it together, because I would much rather not be investigating this on my own.
You never split the party.
He would prefer not to be alone in case of sudden and
I'm
random
Russian.
goblin attack.
The visit in the middle.
the dwarf came.
I'll leave it up to
Stays
you
there.
all, however you want to investigate it.
I would like to point out I have been staring at the dwarf for 3 minutes solid right now.
Are you hard for the dwarf?
Slightly.
What the fuck are you looking at me?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I love it. Do it.
Oh God!
I just look
Do
at
it.
you and just go, "Are you a dwarf?"
Yeah?
If I can hang on, question. What's your character's intelligence?
I have an intelligence
what
of
a
6. I know what I am doing.
What-
No, I've got an intelligence of
are
11.
Are you a human?
Yes.
Are you-
Outly surprised? Holy shit!
Uh,
Oh,
as he's going on about this, I start sort of counting something on my fingers, and
Facepalm.
sort of like I'm just in my head, angry and short, grumpy as all hell, big bushy beard, and then just as he's just randomly going off, a smile comes across my face, and then
Puts a finger up in the air.
as he does this, I just randomly
Which
just go,
finger?
yes! While putting both of my hands up in the air like I'm just victorious and confuse everybody.
The guard is looking at you very curiously.
I'm going to keep
Don't
idling
worry.
away from Viking's character.
Yeah, I also back away slightly.
He
Just
looks at
this
the
unmute.
ground. he looks at the ground and just goes. and just sighs. And just looks like he doesn't even want to.
And as I realise where I am, I sort of recompose myself and just go, "Don't worry, you're my new favourite person."
Okay. Right.
You have to give him beer first.
We're not all liking beer, alright? It's not stereotyping
Dwarf doesn't
here.
like beer.
I,
That's a bit racist.
Wait, who said that? Who said that?
That would be the
Is that the guard or the GM?
no,
Oh,
God,
that's
Yeah,
the guard.
that would be the
Yeah.
DM. Yeah.
God, no, God
No, no,
came
no, no, no.
The
I
DM
was
is
out.
the
Hold on.
profiler.
No, that was the guard.
The guard
He
said
doesn't
it.
have much
Okay,
experience
okay,
with dwarves either.
The escort or the guard
Whoa,
captain?
The lieutenant. Lieutenant.
wait a minute. Okay. Now, I didn't say I didn't like it. You just can't think that I assume I like it. Like ugh, God damn it.
Oh, he's
Okay,
adorably
I like
angry.
beer. I'm okay. I won't complain if I have a beer. I mean, you won't get me. Some
What
ale
if the
or-
guard is a
anything like that.
shapeshifter?
Alright. I'll leave you be to go and do your, he looks pointedly at the door, job. And if you need anything, I'll just be here. You can find my assistant here. And he sort of nods his head to the one who's still in the room.
Who I
If you
wink
need
at.
anything from me.
He
It's a
looks
guy.
already.
I don't care. I wink at him.
Okay.
I'm the bard.
I stay as far away from Ezra as much as I possibly.
We don't know names actually.
Yeah, there we
Well,
go.
no, but yeah, we
So,
don't know names.
who the fuck are you?
At that point, by the way, the guard lieutenant and the one who's with him leaves, and the one who's outside the door follows both of them. And they close the door behind them. Well, they don't close it; they just sort of leave it partially open.
I was going to say,
I'd go over
if
and
close the
actually
door, I'm going to
close
go
the
over and
door.
check it to make sure it's not locked.
I make sure it's not locked, and then I do close the door so we can have privacy.
It's not locked.
It's not going to be locked if it's open.
So the dwarf kind of just stands there with the question he asked, just like, so.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Who the fuck are you guys? Name's Belhon. How you doing?
Sorry, I just read something funny in chat.
I'm just going to extend a hand gingerly and say, Erland.
Kind of takes the hands, shakes.
I'm Ezra. Ezra, yes. I'm Ezra. Just Ezra, nothing else.
Understand how to pronounce your own name? Sort of like a slight head cock to one side as I'm looking.
Oh, don't worry. I'm perfectly with it.
Do you know
Mostly.
your name?
Yes, I am Ezra.
I don't think he does.
I'm Ezra.
You keep saying that as if you're trying to convince
Ezra,
yourself.
Okay. Oh, right.
No,
right. Okay.
you guys don't seem to be
No,
convinced that my name is Ezra.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Alright, it's fine.
I sense motive on his name.
I was just going to do that.
Go ahead and roll your sense motives then.
Really?
Wait, you have to do deception if you're stealing or
Yeah,
persuasion, but you
roll-
have to DM it. You have to do
Yeah,
DM,
okay. So
we don't see.
/DM roll, and then roll your deception if you're trying to deceive them.
I don't know what my deception is because it's not a listed thing on here that I can see.
It's,
Sorry.
Intimidate. Bluff,
Yeah,
right.
so you add your
If
you
you're
just roll
bluffing or
d20
persuasion.
plus whatever your number is.
I would assume. Sorry.
How?
I don't know
If
that.
you are trying to dissuade.
So I
them.
do a d20 plus my modifier.
Yeah, but do /GM roll, so that way it'll only show up to me and you. If you are going to be rolling bluff, otherwise you might be rolling something completely different.
If you click on your character sheet, you can whisper rolls.
Oh, you
Well,
can.
I can't remember how to do rolls in d20.
/roll, then 1d20 like that, or
Hang on, did you send it to me?
/roll. Well, for you it'd be /GM roll,
Oh, a GM roll.
and
So
then
slash-
1d20 plus whatever your ranks are.
/GM roll d20. Like that, or do I need a space?
/GM roll 1d20.
1d. Okay.
You
Unrecognized.
specify the number of. Hold on a second.
Like if
It,
like
it's on
in
the
the
character sheet.
chat, there should be like it's on the character sheet, but there's also like a little tiny green. You should be able to see that gives you the commands.
Yeah, under the welcome to Roll20 thing, there's /GM.
All right. Ah, okay.
Left,
So
five,
it's
oh, that one. I didn't remember that one.
like that. Plus that.
Oh, they're not toggle.
Shit.
Oh, man. I like being able to toggle.
Alright, so who all wrote Sense Motive?
I'm the only one who did.
Does anyone else want to roll Sense Motive to find out?
I go for it.
I don't give a shit.
Alright, so
Fucking.
Sylvaneth, you can tell he's being cagey. Erlin doesn't see anything wrong with this.
I accept this as it is.
My eyes narrow,
Just
but
a
I keep my
particularly odd
suspicions to
human.
myself. I give, quote unquote, Ezra a very pointed.
What did I do?
Don't worry about it. Alright.
You should either kill them or use your bard powers to convince them. Okay, chat, calm down.
Also, please don't look at Viking's stream to see what he's doing. And,
my stream's
did
paused,
you
so I
really?
can't look
Okay.
at it. I'm only reading the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have the chat open, just not the.
If I knew how to
So,
undock it, I'd do that, but I don't know how to
What's the
undock
plan here?
So yeah, this is up to you guys.
I recommend we go to the cathedral because I too love pissing off priests.
I'm not a fan, but I say we can talk to them. Anywhere else we can go? Because, we need to... What was the other place to do? The, Rusty Dragon, was it?
The tavern,
Yeah.
yes.
I'd also like to point out no one asked me for my name.
I thought you gave it. Oh no, you just
No, I never
doubted
I
me.
never gave my
But-
name.
Bel-
I just
he-
doubted you.
Belhunt literally just say it out loud. It's like, what's y'all's name?
And I haven't answered yet, and no one's called me out on it.
All right.
Ah, believe it then.
Oh,
See.
there goes
Oh.
one.
Yeah, Runic's internet's being a bit fucky.
Okay, we'll wait. Listen.
Does he? Well, he should have a cell phone. Maybe playing on the cell phone would be better for him.
Maybe?
I doubtful. Right, so you know that my name is Ezra.
I have doubts that your name is Ezra.
Fine. Doubt me all you want. Belhan is simple because he is Belhan.
Wow.
Bellin couldn't care less.
No, what I mean by that
No.
is Belhan just uses it as his normal name because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
his dwarven name. I'm not
Like,
saying it's
well,
basic.
no, what I'm saying is like Belhunt is a dwarven name. It's like it's from D&D. It's actually how I got Belhunt.
Player disconnects from Discord, drops to the ground unconscious.
Sudden attack of narcolepsy. I think we might have a witch influencing our summoner.
Suddenly, giant dog appears. Ugh.
I'm cool with waiting, so.
Yeah, we might want to wait. Although you guys can discuss your options
Like-
and what you want to do.
Cybrin, are you going to share your character's name, or are you just going to be a shady bastard?
Is anyone going to ask?
Belhan asked the lot of us.
Right, and then I got stepped on. from
Okay, then
thing.
we'll,
And
we'll approach it later. I will say like let's leave it, and if since you haven't said anything, like it'll probably come up when someone tries talking to you. It's like.
Sorry, I
Actually,
forgot your name.
Oh, how is the does it actually sound like good? When
It sounds very decent when you're doing the dwarf voice.
okay, cool.
Hmm.
Cause I don't like the sound of my own voice, so this like I feel like I'm doing.
I don't think many people do. Not like the sound of your voice, I mean their own.
I was gonna say,
I hate my
damn.
Cathedral seems like a good starting point if people are disappearing with the rest of the
I have a
tavern.
question.
Probably go there later.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming the gate is near White Deer.
Yes.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
there's
because
a gate there, then there's the two bridges.
yeah, but those don't have gates. That's where I was a little
That
bit
could be-
confused.
They don't have gates, but goblins could be coming in through there.
Oh yeah, definitely because there's forest.
Actually, Rhett, how far does this river extend? The Tandor River or
Tandoori River.
Tandoori River. Yeah, let's go with that.
The Tenderock River
Just filled with fucking curry.
actually goes inland a good bit, but it ends off on a lake before it goes to anything else.
Would it be far enough for goblins to wander around reliably?
I mean, it goes out into the forest.
Hang on, I need
Okay.
the map of the
So
world.
which one sounds better? All right.
A dwarf like this?
Did your voice just crack?
It did. It did. Yes.
Shut up.
Is this a dwarf hitting puberty?
So, not that one because your voice just cracked when doing it. So that's
No,
not
no,
a
it's just like,
that's not a good
let's
sign.
see.
Just go back to the one you were doing, because that was
So
good.
this works then?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
Yeah, especially combined with the accent you were giving it.
I don't think the accent was intentional.
Right. No, it is.
Ah, okay, fair enough. I'm trying to find Sandpoint on the map so I know roughly where we are.
It's
What's the
it's
street
not
taking
really because
place?
it's a small town. Hold on a second. Let me find.
Oh, it's not a major town, so it's not actually on the map.
No, it's if you look at Varissia, which is in the northwest of Galarian. What's the name for this? Then you can see it mostly. Here, actually, I done effed up. The river actually does go in quite a bit. Hold on.
Varissia, right?
It shall be in the here. And yes, Varissia. It's posting to the group now.
Okay.
Get
Oh
some
wait,
code.
what was? Because he said his name. What was Ruth's character's name? I didn't get a chance to write down. The first one, or whatever he gave
Erland.
us? Erland.
You give his
Ah,
name? Did he have a chance to give his
I
name
think he did,
today?
yeah.
no, he did. He did. Sorry.
Before you
the
doubted me.
Ruths and then...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that river runs pretty much the entire way out of the country.
Down to Biston's Pond, to the Tundrock River.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually match up with the Yukabari River on the large map. 'Cause this is a
Hey.
fairly small.
Glad to have you back. All right. So, oh,
So what's the plan here? So guess we go to the was it the cathedral or?
People are disappearing at the tavern. We should probably hit the cathedral first.
The cathedral or the tavern?
I was gonna say the tavern seems like the most likely spot to check out first.
I'm always up for a good beer.
So am I. Let's get off the way then.
That came out well too sexual.
Peanut Gallery has a point. The tavern could be a trap. Also, why does our peanut gallery have these godlike powers?
Oh, what?
What, you call me peanut?
Are you peanut now, what?
At least peanuts look good.
Wow.
Fuck you. That hurt, man. That fucking hurt.
Oh, be a man. You can take it.
He's not a man, he's a dwarf.
Ah, fair point. Wait, why am I agreeing with the human?
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, seriously, are we ready to go? Or...
Oh, I see where we are.
Just shrugging, waiting for you guys to make a decision.
Oh, you're here, yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to make the decision. You have the 2 points
So we're near the
Points to the
whisper.
drag.
I just walk out and just like kind of just start walking towards the rusty dragon, looking back, hoping they follow.
I sigh and decide to follow.
I'll follow the dwarf.
So I then walk out of the tavern, I guess, as I
You mean the garrison?
garrison the garrison. Yes.
It may sometimes be a tavern, but
Trail along
All right. So everyone's following Dawn.
yep.
behind.
Do I?
Alright. As you all walk outside, you notice a Actually, everyone rolls perception really quick.
Oh god.
Me too. Or.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Not bad. Oh wow.
How do I turn off 3D dice, actually?
3D dice.
It's in the settings, and it's enable 3D dice. You can just check it.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
So wait, this is near Whisperwood?
Alright, so, it is to the north of. Hold on.
Near Sinara.
Well, Sandpoint's marked on the map. It's actually nearer to Tickwood.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually where the goblins haven't seen it coming from, but also this map doesn't mark that a lot of the area northeast coming from Sandpoint is wooded.
Ah, I gotcha.
So as you all walk outside of the garrison, you all step outside and you notice a slight crunching near the door. And as you look, there's a small weasel just sort of munching on the a bird that it caught. And as it notices you all walking outside, it perks up as it sees Belvin.
Oh, you come here, you little buddy. It's like, get down there. It's like, oh, I knew you, dude.
My chat instantly kill it.
Yeah, I ready my stab.
I fucking get it up and like put it in my pocket. And I have like I have like a little pocket in my phone. And just put it in. It's like a word reporter, like scratches it around.
That
Just
rodent
pokes
is your
the head
pet.
out of your.
It's like dinner.
I just sort of
Oh,
look
you're
at you and
As,
we'll save that for if we get desperate.
as Bellin picks up the weasel, I'm gonna you notice there's a distinct change in Erlen, slightly more animated now. And actually, that's a lovely. Is it yours?
Oh god, are you a
Yeah,
druid?
yeah, no,
I'm gonna take a bit of one of the trail rations out of my bag and sort of crumble it up and try to feed it.
he'll fucking eat that shit.
I love the idea that
He's hungry.
He'll eat that shit. He will.
a weasel killed a bird.
Yeah,
Okay,
that kind of worse.
Fair enough.
Weasels are just little fucks.
Yeah, that's what weasels kind of. Well, I mean, weasels will eat fucking anything, but
That's fair.
Yeah, he'll munch it in. He
Right.
Now, was the perception to notice the weasel?
I fucking hope not.
What did we actually perceive?
I would have thought that the weasel coming back to its master would be something that we would perceive if we were not blind.
Oh, you all saw the weasel, and you all didn't see anything else interesting besides a couple people walking around on the streets. Normal day activities.
How much of the dead bird is left?
I assume most of it has been eaten.
About half of it.
If you
You
pick up
think
that
that-
bird, I'm gonna hit you with a sap.
Fine, I'll leave the bird. Just saying, it could work as rations later.
So you're all heading off to the cathedral? Or the Rusty Dragon?
Yeah, we're into the dragon.
yeah,
As much as I want to go and torment priests.
Alright.
So we make our way to the Rusty Dragon. Past. There are so many fucking taverns in this place.
Right.
What?
As you're walking around, as you get about halfway to the dragon, you notice someone shadowing you.
Do we?
And Ireland actually manages to make out that they're wearing a fairly dirty-looking brown cloak.
Dragon, your answer to everything can't just be to kill it.
I see Dragon's clearly one of the murder hobos that I've played with many times.
Apparently.
Okay. It's just like sort of brown cloak. What sort of height?
Is Erland the only one who spots it, or do we all spot it?
Obviously,
You all
inform the
spot
rest-
it. Yeah, you all spot it, or at least notice someone following you, but Erlen is the only one to really pick out who and notice him.
Ah, right.
He's trying to hide behind a building right now.
How successfully
a
is he
corner.
doing it?
His head and his shoulders poking out, so if Erlen points him out, you can all easily spot him, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of surreptitiously, as we're still walking, just go. Appears to be somebody following us. I'm not entirely sure who. Brown cloak, a couple of buildings back, poking around that.
Oh yeah, he's been following us for about 4 minutes now. Pretty much since we left the garrison.
Okay. We want to deal with it.
I mean, we could.
No, it's like Ezra's had this really
You're trying
funky
to throw
feeling
you
that he's
off.
being followed, and is like, yeah, sure, there's 4 minutes. And I was like, oh.
Pretty much since we left the garrison, I reckon. I mean, we could deal with it. We could hide behind, dart into an alleyway or something, wait for him to follow and grab him. I'm assuming it's a him. I don't know.
While these two are debating it, I'd like to roll stealth.
You could always invite them to tea.
Are you trying to like slip away into the crowd, or?
Yeah.
I was
go
just
ahead
gonna
and
keep
roll
on.
stealth.
I was gonna keep on going.
Well, he just kind of went off his own thing, so we'll see.
As far as you can tell, you managed to slip away, even from the rest of the group.
Yes.
I'd like to keep the rest of the group in sight as well as the person who was pointing at it.
All right.
But
So,
it's still sort of travelling towards things, right? Well,
Do we want to handle
the
him,
elves.
or
the elf's gone.
You're all about. Here, let me move
where,
the.
where did you notice the
marker.
elf
About
vanish?
there.
Not specifically noticed, but I mean the elf
I've
was
moved
here
the
a
red
moment
marker,
ago.
by the
Oh.
way.
Now that-
That's about where you are.
She must be quite light-footed, I believe the term is.
Right.
I don't mind. If she's gone, then I'm assuming she's going to deal with it. She certainly looked like one of those that sneaks in. I'm just going to keep walking down towards the dragon.
Oh yeah,
The
I'm
yellow marker is where he is,
walking with.
The what mark?
or
sorry?
she, or wait, what happened to my marker?
Is it near Bottled Solutions?
Is it the old? Isn't that marker at the old lighthouse or the old?
No, it's like a yellow one. Here, hold on.
There is
You never put down the yellow one. I don't think.
There. Do you see that? Sort of
no.
wine-colored one.
No.
Why is it
No.
going away the instant I?
Just move the one you put on the old light.
Hold on. I got it now. I know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's near Bottled Solutions, just sort of past that.
That's where we are.
Well, we're approaching that junction, aren't we?
Nope. Nope.
That
Quit that.
Coming from Sandpoint Garrison, we'd be around
Yeah,
here.
they're about there. Yeah.
yeah, so
The red
just sort of
marker's
like
where you guys are.
a couple
or
of
at least the
houses
party.
behind Bottled Solutions or whatever.
Yeah.
We're coming down.
So we'll be just gonna go around the corner and carry on towards Rusty Dragon.
Depends. If you want to confront them, we can do. I'm assuming that the elf still has. So has decided to opt to do it.
I presume so. Perhaps we
Yeah.
just sort of dart round the corner and wait to see what happens.
We'll just gonna stand there and wait for them. Let's just come on. Let's get going.
Sorry,
We're
I wasn't
talking
thinking
while
we
we're
were still
walking.
We're talking about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
we were.
Yeah.
I was,
You're
assumed
rapidly
you just
approaching the
stop in
corner,
middle
by the
of
way.
I was like,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just like, okay, I'm glad no one's looking. I was like, okay.
all right. Well, once we get to the corner, I'll just try and blend myself into some people that are sort of standing on the corner of the larger buildings.
Yeah, and I'll do the say, yeah. When we turn the corner, just like I just sit up against the wall.
I can't really blend in considering I'm taller than most average humans.
Bait is
You
a
can-
word I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I will keep going in
Perhaps
that
you
case.
should try it.
Keep walking.
Keep walking.
I'm just gonna. Do you just have a voice changer on that? I'm just gonna carry on walking towards the rusty dragon. I might do some hand motions to show that I'm still talking to someone. Do I need to do a performance check or something?
No.
Actually, yeah, shouldn't Eldrin roll stealth as well?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Actually, yeah. You guys who just straight got around the corner, go ahead and roll stealth
Cool.
for me.
I was waiting for the prompt. I don't want to be rolling dice with that to them. Or people let me know.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Same Z's.
Wow, seriously, you both got 11?
Jonas, things are just about to kick off.
Possibly.
Maybe. We'll
Or
see.
about to go horribly wrong.
We're very chat heavy. Very chat.
Actually, how do you make drawings and marks, or is that a GM limit thing?
On the left, there's a draw shape thing.
Yeah, I see it.
That's what I've been using. Yeah.
Right, so did they stealth? Did they not?
And so I'm still waiting for you to make a roll.
I'm not
actually.
making a stealth roll. I'm staying out in the open. I
You just say
can't
keep
hide.
walking.
Oh, okay.
I'm
yeah.
6'3". I stand above most normal humans.
He was asking if he should make a performance check.
Because I'm pretending that I'm still talking to someone to make it
As
look
you
like
just
they
walk.
haven't vanished.
I don't think you need to make a roll for that.
Okay.
So, as you all round the corner and get into your positions, then I take it you're gonna wait there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while I continue on, hopefully I will be the one that's followed.
All right. So, Ezra goes on, and the rest of you are waiting in ambush. And you're waiting in ambush. And you're waiting.
Yeah,
And
he's
Ezra
made.
makes it up to about here. And you have no sight whatsoever of the guy who was trailing you.
Do they have sight on me?
Yeah, I
You can't see him currently.
Oh,
I
lovely.
follow Ezra in stealth, trying to keep an eye out.
Oh, thank
yes,
God.
okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception, will you? As well as a stealth, please.
Where is it?
Damn, what's your bottom modifier for perception?
My
Six.
perception is 6.
Nice.
And then a stealth as well, please.
Mine is 0.
Sleight of hand, swim. Why can't this be in
It is
alphabetical
literally
order?
your job to be able to not be seen. So,
That was
makes
indeed
sense.
a crit, actually. That was a
crit.
natural
I'm
20.
just waiting for him to roll a stealth to see.
Pure sheep.
And that was another natural 20.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. This guy has not rolled well at all, and you guys are getting 20s.
I don't know how this is happening.
Oh, this is something I forgot to ask before we started. Are we doing, and this is a thing I noticed on the website you gave us, are we doing high, mid, or low fantasy? For experience?
It's gonna be mid fantasy.
So that's what, a plus 15 on experience?
That,
I have
that's
no idea.
something he has to worry about. We don't. Dude.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know.
Like, yeah,
worry
we
about
don't-
that when he hands out experience at the end of the sessions.
Yeah.
All right. So as Ezra's calmly walking along, and the other two are waiting in
I will
ambush.
point out I stopped performing about 15 feet down the road. So I just carried on walking at that point.
Yeah,
He's
people
doing
are
the-
giving
he's
you a
doing the
couple funny
awkward
looks,
walk of shame.
but and then
Shame, ding ding.
Selenius, however, notices that
That's a
right at
mouthful.
this corner in front of Ezra, as he's walking along, is the same person standing there.
They can
With one
teleport?
hand against the wall, one hand against the corner of the building, and the other hand underneath their robe.
Oh,
Where am I in relation to the other two hidden?
those two are still
I'd
back at the
say you could
junction,
be
aren't they?
anywhere- Yeah, those two are pretty much back here. Whereas you can, I'm gonna say you can be anywhere up to freehand, like here. Yeah.
Oh, so I've gone in front.
You can if you want to. 'Cause it
Uh,
depends on where you've been moving around at.
do I have time to go to the other two and point out where the guy is?
You have time to get to the other two, but you don't know if you'll be able to make it back to Ezra if he runs at him.
I decide to. I'm gonna stealth in front of Ezra then, keeping an eye on the guy.
All right.
We're still waiting at this point.
Yeah.
It's been a while. and we
Ezra's
can see
gotten
it.
up to about there by now.
Yeah, I would. At the point, I'm like. Ooh,
Yeah, no, he's made us. I'm just gonna
yeah.
Yeah, he
just-
darted
Just
around a
gonna-
different way.
Get
start.
back and
Just gonna start
catching up.
wandering. Just slowly wandering up to Ezra, try and catch up. And I'm just gonna pull a small length of copper wire out of my component pouch and cast. Well, actually, how far away is Ezra from us at the minute?
You guys are about here,
But
so he's
Like,
a good.
100 meters?
I was just I'm asking feet range.
Uh,
we're just
I'd
gonna-
say about
60 to 70 maybe?
40, 50.
Okay,
It's difficult to
I'll
gauge.
pull out I'll pull out a little bit of copper wire and cast message and just whisper into Ezra's ear. Well, we didn't see him come round that corner. We'll catch up with you just now. Don't worry, you can respond.
Papa, can you hear me?
Response.
Gonna stuff the wire back in a pocket.
All right.
What did you want me to say?
Ezra, are you
Roger
still walking
Wilco.
forward?
What did you just do there?
Mm.
Yeah,
Or Nick, yeah.
I will
just
continue.
Sorry.
It was fucking weird. Like, I'm like walking next to you.
Like, what can I do?
By the way, Ezra, are you continuing forward, or are you gonna stop and wait for him?
I will stop and wait for them. And I will
Right.
pointedly turn my back towards the person who Cybran
Phil,
has
right.
spotted,
Yes.
because I cannot pronounce that, looking back towards the crossroads to see if I can see them. How I'm going to see them in the bustle, I don't know, because it's a dwarf and a short person.
I'll just sort of wave the shorts bit when I see you turn
Just
around.
waggling in the air with a little flag
Yeah.
on it.
No, just like you know when you see someone else in the crowd, and you sort of raise a hand and go, and just do the sort of like hand up and slight head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
More hidden rolls.
I need to find a no, not a hidden roll. I need to find a rule of the thing.
That's bustly GM noises of about to stab you in the spine.
Oh, could I,
Not stab.
could I
so
do a
much.
perception check to see if I've spotted this guy?
Yeah,
Well,
you
you're
can.
back to it.
Well, before
Oh,
I
yeah, you
turned
did turn.
around.
Yeah,
I
you
was gonna
can.
say.
Yeah, because
like,
I didn't
you-
point. Yeah, I didn't point.
Because
it out to you.
Yeah, I was
didn't
gonna say,
point me
most of
out.
us don't know he's there.
No. So
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I had spotted him before I turned around.
All right, go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, no. I didn't see shit.
You're too consumed in your role of playing the mopey person walking along the street.
By myself,
So,
yeah.
as you stop, Selenius notices the figure at the corner just sort of like curse silently to themselves, and their hand comes a little bit out of the robe, and there's a bit of a glint in it.
Look out, he's got a
But they're still
fork.
standing there waiting.
I tried to circle around him and try and get behind.
I mean, you could by the looks of things. There is what appears to be anyway. Oh, Aconite, thank you for following. There appears to be an alleyway there, and you said you were sort of there, so you could do it, theoretically.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do.
Alright. Go ahead and make me another stealth roll, please.
Dice gods, don't fail me now.
Not
Maybe
another
not.
critical success, but still
Especially
pretty
because
good.
you get a couple bonuses on this because they're focusing on Ezra.
Plus 7.
Yeah, 7.
Have the other two caught up with me yet? While he's sneaking around? Or have I at least spotted them too?
You can see
I can see a
if it's
spear
the other
just
two
waggling
walking
as they
around. 'Cause
walk.
there's no,
Yeah.
Well, there's no like big crowds or anything. It's like small groups of like 1 or 2 people.
Ah,
Like if
right.
you look on the picture on the left side of it.
Oh, I thought it was like
the
a
isometric
huge
view.
bustling crowd, but if...
No, this is just a small port town.
Ah, fair enough
it's
then.
still
In that
growing,
in
so-
that case, I probably have spotted them now.
Yeah, you can spot them.
They look out of
Actively trying
place.
to get your attention anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of, by
Yeah,
the way,
just
if you
like,
look on the actual picture, they're right about here on this corner.
Yeah, and I'm sort of
You're about there.
Yeah. Oh look, there's the big fucking dragon.
Alright, so
Hey, yeah.
Selenius, as you sneak up behind them, are you going to do anything in particular, or
Stab them in the throat and walk away.
I press the point of my rapier against their back and tell them not to move.
they stiffen suddenly and
Ooh,
stay pretty much still? They stay as still as they can while still breathing.
Slowly whispers, "One gonna get sorry."
I raise my hand and try and get the other, the 3 others' attention.
Should we do a
Alright.
perception check to see if I see him waggling his hand around?
No, you can see him. Well, you're not turned the right way, but the other two can see the hand.
Well, we've
waving
just
around.
got up together then, I'd say.
Also, they see a couple other people looking very oddly at this person holding another person by rapier point.
My
Wait, what
God,
the
he's
fuck?
got a sword! Get the guards! Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, they're
Looks
they're
like-
just sort
looks
of
like the
staring
elves
at this
found
point because
their,
there's like 1 or 2 of them that are just sort of staring at this point because they've just saw someone draw a rapier on someone else, but there's no actual violence yet.
You know what? I'm imagining Cybran is also channeling Zorro. Do not move if you value your life.
You know what? Actually, Cybran,
What's up?
roll me a perception really quick.
Oh, that's not a good one.
Okay,
What happened to your 2 20s in a row?
you don't notice much.
Undervaluing this.
Yeah,
That's-
You
that's-
do notice a couple people looking at you,
That's
but
how all my sessions go. Where I'll roll like really well in the early game, then the dice gods later on.
That's
But-
fair.
you do notice that they're looking at you. They're not looking at the person you're holding.
Why are they invisible? That would be a turn up for the books.
I'm just going to. I was going to say, because we've seen this sort of happen, I'm going to turn to turn to Belen and turn to Ezra and just say,
Well, you guys don't
here's the,
see him
the
holding.
elves
Uh,
found
we-
it."
Well, you don't see
I
him
thought you said
holding
we-
the other
We've
person
seen
at
him
rapier point.
waving, you
see
said.
the wave the hand, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's behind this corner here.
So what, is he holding this person at sword point and just
Hang
going,
on, so
hello?
So Cybran's still behind that corner, and
Yeah.
the guy that was going to
With the other
stab
person.
him was the one that we can see.
No,
No,
you can't see. You can
So how-
see.
how
So
is the
Cybran
guy-
sort of. Well,
Oh,
Cybran
I-
sort of stepped around and waved his hand, just, like stuck it out and waved it.
How is the guy going to stab Ezra as he was coming past? Then, if he was on the other side,
Well, he was peeking his head around the
Okay.
corner.
all right, just all right. I'll put back. Oh,
So we
so just seeing the elf waving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll pull out the wire again, bring it to Earth, and say, "Oh, you had any luck then? You sort
Yeah.
of, I'm assuming he."
Yeah, get
You
over
press
here
positive
before he tries something.
I'm going to turn to the rest of them and say, apparently the elves found him. And sort of start hustling down the road. Sort of,
Yeah.
Not necessarily sprinting, but like a
Fast
a
walk.
quick jog.
Or a brisk walk, yeah. Until we meet up.
Yeah, I'm following with Ezra. Yeah, I'm following.
I really wanted to go to the damn tavern.
Yeah, about enough time has passed. So
Suddenly a dragon attacks the town.
no, not quite. The golden dragon on top of the building comes alive now.
God.
So, what does happen though is Selenith.
That sounds
You
like
didn't
Slanesh.
notice it before, but there's a slight hissing that you realize is coming from the person's foot, and then there's an explosion and a massive cloud of smoke engulfs you both.
Snake?
Give me a dexterity reaction. Or dexterity there.
That's not a good one.
No.
Your rolls are getting progressively worse.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So, as it goes off, you sort of recoil a bit
I
because
take
it
out
was
my-
very sudden and shocking.
I take out my bow.
Yeah. So, Ezra, because I'd imagine you'd turn around at the sound.
Well, we were already making our way down there, weren't we?
I thought we were
Yeah.
jogging.
So I'd already
You
turned
guys are
around and was walking
close,
towards it.
Yeah. You guys are about here when this happens, as a group. So, what would
I
the three of you
did-
do? Because you can't really see much.
I detect magic with my, and I take out my kind of.
I'm going to use timely inspiration because that's useful.
I am going to see this sort of explosion of smoke, slow to a stop, go to the side of the road, crouch down, and start trying to start summoning my.
Wait, there's
Right,
actual
right.
spell failure? What the fuck?
Yeah, for what you're.
Okay.
Well, it's
yeah.
because if you're wearing
Hang on,
armor,
yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah, but you're not an arcane spellcaster, so you shouldn't. Because if you're a cleric, you're a divine spellcaster, and you don't get.
Well, no, they still have spell failure for certain types of armor. So, like, you can't wear heavy armor.
I
As a
know,
cleric, you can.
I don't believe so. Hold on a second.
The whole point of cleric.
Heavy armor.
It
Cast
should
that
be just
heal.
be arcane spell failure. Not
Let me actually check that real quick.
Sorry.
and it still works for that one, but
You alright there, Sabin?
You got the shit.
No, that still puts it on there. I
Um,
forget the setting.
So it has
yeah,
to be less
arcane
than
spell
10.
failure check. Armor interferes with the gestures the spellcaster make. Arcane spellcasters face possibility of arcane spellcaster.
Yeah, I don't see anything about spell failure for him, so.
Huh.
Alright then. So yeah, don't worry about that
The
roll.
person who made the APK is wrong.
No, it's one of the. You can uncheck it when you look at the spells. You can uncheck whether it's a spell failure.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how it.
So.
Whoops, sorry, that was an
Spell
accident.
cast detect magic.
So I detect magic, and then I'm going to, if able, can I take out my like my bow, basically, just to see if I see any kind of magic going over there. It's within a.
You get pretty much
right.
one round of action. Drawing a weapon is, I believe, a standard action. Unless you have a trait for it. So
It's
you can
never-
either do the detect magic or draw your weapon.
Detect magic.
Alright. So you notice that there is a magical you can detect magic in the smoke cloud, but it's not coming from the smoke cloud itself.
Okay. Just immediately do like, oh fuck. Okay. Alright, well that.
And then
What?
Ezra, what are you doing?
I guess I will draw my sword and quicken my pace.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And then Runic.
I am stopping at the side of it and starting to summon my item.
Alright. You know that's good.
Ritual,
That's
it's
going-
a ritual that takes a minute. Yeah.
That's gonna draw some serious fucking attention. Suddenly, this huge
I
dire
think the
wolf.
smoke cloud's gonna draw some serious attention as well.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's all
currently
explosion.
we are going in rounds, so it'll take 6 rounds for you to summon it. Let me actually go
6?
ahead
Oh,
and
okay, cool.
everyone roll your initiative.
Where's
Oh, we're fighting something. Oh,
Oh
okay.
wait, I need to actually add the turn timer, so that way the
Uh,
one?
do I
Yes,
just
this one. Alright.
click that?
Now go.
There we go. 15.
Oh, piss.
Oh, that was even worse.
Ah, shit, sorry. Yeah.
Wait, no, I don't.
So,
Why did you
wanted
roll
to see
twice?
the result? Because it said you wanted to send the results of this, but there's no valid token selected.
There you go.
yeah, I made the tokens now. I should have had
Oh,
cash
right.
roll after, but I can do it now. So
No, I got the text. Oh, wait, you need to change this over to that.
no, it's fine.
Sorry.
Whoa,
Oh god.
that's a
Alright,
natural
then.
20. Isn't that your first roll?
No.
Oh no, you've rolled stealth and that, yeah.
Stealth and perception and shit.
14, and then Ezra was 15. Alright. And I need to roll initiative for this guy. Selenius, you're at the bottom because you were surprised.
Smoke bomb.
Yep.
You want me to roll again, or
You're at
just...
the bottom. Well, you're at the bottom for this one. Next one, you'll take your place just after, or just before Ezra. And I need to GM roll. All right, then.
If
All right, so then, Erland, you're summoning your Eidolon, correct?
Yes. It's gonna
Alright.
take me a while.
So this will be your.
Just
this will count as your
imagining.
second turn of it.
Just
'cause it's
imagining
second
in the
intervals.
middle
Actually,
of this,
Selenius, you've already had your.
she
surprise
just
action.
stops and sits on the floor and opens a book.
I'm a bloke, by the way.
Oh, you're a bloke?
I'm an Asima. So
Oh, right.
I'm like a descendant
Angel touched,
celestial
pretty
race.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. So it's all very kind of unisex, but very sort of pristine features.
Ah,
Very
right.
androgynous.
All right. So I'm just gonna put that really quick to keep track of that. All right, then Selenius, your turn.
What's happened? I had to go let my dogs in.
Smoke bomb went off. You got sort of pushed back and couldn't do anything in the surprise phase. Also, you did hear the pitter patter of feet.
Do I know which direction it went?
Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Hey,
A natural
Oh, no,
20.
geez.
You know that they booked it north into that alley.
I yell they ran north, and then I get out of the smoke cloud.
All right. Are you gonna follow them? Because you can do your movement.
Yeah, I'll try to follow the sound.
So wait, they ducked back through there,
Yep, they're ducking back through there.
the way that he followed them, got you?
All right. So as you turn around the corner, you see the person right in front of you, cloak flapping, is just booking it down the alley as well. And then we'll go to Ezra.
Right. So, just out of curiosity,
I'm gonna move this to keep track of them.
when he yells they're going north, or she yells they're going north, sorry, would I be able to basically do a spin round and run through this alleyway to cut them off?
Yep. And that would be within your move, and you still have a action as well if you wanted.
How close would they be to me at that point?
At that point, they'd be about 15 feet from you, and you wouldn't be able to block them off because they've got this way to go through as well if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Damn it! I was hoping he'd start yodeling.
I have no spells that can help me. This is purely just sword at this point. Actually,
Get
How-
out of this market for people.
how close would they be to me? You said
said
about
15
15 feet, didn't
About
you?
15 feet, yeah.
Right. And I can see them.
If you turn the corner, yeah.
Okay. So I want to turn the corner and use spark to set their cloak on fire.
I like.
Is that an acceptable
Alright.
thing to do? Because I want to disorientate them and throw them off, basically, and suddenly their cloak spontaneously combusting may well do it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and... I am going to make you roll an attack roll for that.
Okay.
It's so tough to do, though, so...
What would that be?
Just a ranged attack.
A ranged
so plus
attack.
whatever your range
So...
modifier is.
2. So that's not gonna happen, is it?
Well, because most spells actually go against touch AC.
Oh, do
They
they?
actually do. Yeah, most
Yes.
spells hit touch AC. So I'm going to roll this one as well.
So then I
So you do actually manage to catch the
do I have to
background cloaks on
roll
fire
spark?
as they're running. No, because it doesn't have a attack sort of thing. It's just a. Normally, it's just like a you do it on a unintended object.
Oh, do I need to use the components? Or is that for a higher level version or something?
Do you have a spell pouch?
I
Or not a spell, but a components pouch.
don't know. I didn't know this was a thing.
What does Spark have a component cost?
V or S?
Okay, so what that
Verbal.
means is verbal. So verbal, so you have to say a command word, and somatic, which means hand movements. So
Ah.
it doesn't have any material.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to just click my fingers.
Yep.
And
And shout a command word as well, or say a command word.
flame on!
For God's sake.
I'm going to sap.
And the back of the cloak lights on fire as they're running, which actually makes Selena's life a little bit more difficult because she's now running behind a flaming cloak.
Hey, at least we've got a tracking signal.
All right, and then we go on to Bellen's turn.
As they run past me. Burn, baby,
Currently
burn.
there.
Do I have sight of them, or do I need to get sight of them?
You'd need to step into the alley. You'd be about 15 feet as well.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll want to get sight of them.
All right, I'm just gonna move your token there, but you're in the same place as Viking, pretty much.
You're next to me.
Yeah.
Actually, can't we make colored dots where we
Yes, that's what I've done, but this map isn't too big,
No.
so.
I am going to.
And I did not have a larger version of it, perhaps.
Dwarf,
one
may I
second.
toss thee?
Are they within 25 feet?
You're about 15 feet away from them.
Awesome. I'm going to cast command.
Oh boy.
What does that do?
It's like a single command word.
Oh, right. So, like, stop.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, basically.
I
And
mean,
what do I
might not
get,
be
like,
a good
I'm
idea because I've just set them on fire, but okay.
Well, sucks for them. So that's what it does. And I'm going to say. It says this. Okay, so.
So
On
you
this
get
turn,
a
subject
chance
falls on the
to.
ground and remains prone for 1 round.
Stop, drop, and roll
it
is not a thing you can say because that's 3 command words.
Halt. The subject stands in place for 1 round, may not take actions, but is also considered helpless. Its subject can't carry a command on its next turn. Spell automatically fails. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna tell it to drop. Oh wait,
Alright.
no, not drop. Sorry, halt. Sorry, when I saw drop, I thought it meant like drop onto the ground, so it's like laying up. But no, so halt.
All right.
Does that only work for a
So-
single turn?
Yeah, 1 round, which
All
is
right.
6 seconds.
No, I did. Fucking sake. Sorry, new spell. Fall.
You're
Fall.
gonna tell
That's
it
one.
to fall.
I'm gonna tell him to fall, and he's gonna stay on the. And he falls to the ground and remains.
All right, unless he makes his will save, which is.
Which
What's your spell DC?
my spell DC.
15?
It's 15, it says in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll only
Does it
get
say
its DC 15.
All right.
Yeah.
He can still.
Oh,
For fuck.
they don't care about it at all.
I was gonna say he can still crawl away.
No, he has to.
No, he doesn't at
Yeah,
all because drop
He
just
can
means
take
he can act.
prone
He
actions
can
normally.
he can crawl, but he can't move as far. I think it's only about half distance. So
Dwarf,
you could've
may I
brought him
toss
down.
thee at the enemy?
Wait, shouldn't he take a penalty for being on fire?
Has he noticed the fact that he's on fire yet?
If anything, that'd probably decrease the DC because there's someone that's
Telling you to
somebody just on
stop.
fire, try to tell him what to do.
On fire.
Has he noticed the fact that he's on fire?
Oh yes.
Okay,
they've
good.
noticed. They are You caught a glimpse of their face, and they are panicking now that you set them on fire.
I'm gonna remove the rest of my movement up to them as close as I can.
Wrong alleyway,
yeah,
motherfucker.
that
I
was
have
as
I have
close.
20 feet, so
Yeah,
I
they're
guess if I
right
move...
there with top of like. Well, that was as far as you could move.
Okay, then yeah, I'll stay here. And in my turn.
Yeah. Typically, you can only move and then attack. You can't attack and then move.
Really?
I believe. I don't know if you actually can do standard attack.
Oh, I thought it was.
I think it's any order. Actually, no. I think it's any order.
The casting time is one standard action, and then movement would be one standard action, wouldn't it?
Movement is a move action because there's move actions. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Pretty sure I could. Let me
Whereas in 5e,
Um,
that counts as just like 2 actions,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah.
No,
5e
fine.
they both count as actions.
Ah,
No,
right.
No.
5e is the other way around. 5e is the one that has move actions and then standard actions. This one just has standard actions. You can
Well,
spend
no.
one
This
of
one
them
has
to
move actions as well.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm confused.
90% certain. Right.
It's basically separated as moving, and then you can either move, attack, and then you have bonus. You have action, bonus action, and movement.
Yeah, you've got in this one, so Pathfinder, you got standard actions, move actions, full round actions, and free actions. And
Oh,
there's
right.
also swift actions, immediate actions, and restricted activity. So, or restricted is basically like you can't move or you can't standard. So, standard is pretty much making an attack or casting a spell, but you can also use it as another move action if you want. Move action is you move up to your speed or you perform an action that doesn't take as much time as a standard action. Full round action is a full round, and free action is
Oh,
like you have your hand on a pouch, so you just open it, or something like that.
I'm sorry. I have another question. So with spells and preparing, how do I like actually set it so it's prepared?
You click the little box there
Little
on your
circle?
sheet. Yeah, the little circle. Yeah.
Okay.
You're over now, I believe. Yeah, because you can do multiple preparations. So, all right, but that was your use of command as well, or one of your uses that you have per day.
I'm gonna re-up on this real quick. How many spells?
Yeah, you've got 3. So you've got 3 first level spells per day. You used one of them. You still have command prepared, so you can still use it
Okay.
as well as it. So once you have something that's prepared just means you can use it. Spells per day is how much you can actually use spells.
I know
Cast
what my
spells.
vocal word for spark is.
Oh boy.
Dracaris.
But it's a little. You're just lighting a little fire. It's not. And when I said the back of their cloak lights on fire, it's not like the entire cloak is on fire. It's just like a.
It's
out of
spreading,
all
though.
With the
section.
hem.
Oh yeah, it's going to spread.
Ordered dinner, so hang on a second.
All right. Well, it is their turn as well. So they are flat out booking it. They're not taking any actions other than to run.
While still
So
being
you
slightly
see
on
them
fire.
Disappear up to there.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, because you can move double your movement if you just straight up run.
Oh, fair enough.
And then it goes to Erlin's.
Who is currently...
So are you still gonna summon?
I'm still channeling stuff.
All right.
That dog better fucking hurry up and catch someone.
And then we
Once
go
he's here, he's here to
to
stay.
Selena, who just left to go grab food.
So, chat, how do you think things are going so far?
Badly.
Well, yes.
You're involved.
Thanks. At some point, I will throw the dwarf.
I like
You might. That depends on whether the dwarf wants to or not.
I will toss the dwarf. Nobody tosses a dwarf.
I will say, although they're small, doesn't mean they're not heavy. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Dwarves still
I mean,
class as
he
a
looks
complex
skinny.
creature, just don't
Yeah, they are.
Hello,
It's
Grey
like-
Wolf Dragon. That's the fucking more dragons.
Another dragon?
Yeah,
Yay.
it's only slightly confusing.
Just like my six.
I will say right now, though, to chat and you guys, I do apologize if any of this is confusing or odd.
Well, it's our
because,
first session, so.
well, the plans that I had completely fell apart because the battle map that I had just straight up broke, and I would have had to remake it, but I only had about 20 minutes to do so.
That's fine.
So...
This is fun. I've set someone on fire already.
That, and you've met a dwarf.
And I've met a dwarf. I'm so happy about the fact I've met a dwarf.
So confused.
You have no idea how bizarre and nice it is that someone hasn't made a fuss over me. Because Azimar aren't exactly, well, they're not really like.
I have no fucking clue what race you or.
I was just saying they're not exactly overly included in like regular human society.
Yeah, his eyes are glowing for crying out loud.
I would have thought like Weird Al self. So
I'll be honest, I haven't a fucking clue what you or Cybern's race is. But I'm just sort of accepting it.
cool. Can't wait.
But I do know he's a dwarf. And I am
Also,
happy about that.
I do find that to be hilarious if you check your messages.
Okay, I'll do that off stream.
Yeah, I don't want to see all the dick pics.
I know, it is great.
It is.
Channel. Oh right, I have the channel energy things. Oh.
Okay,
What the fuck
In
does...
about 15 minutes, I have to go out and get food.
That's fair.
So,
Alright, it is your turn.
okay,
Apparently.
what's happened?
I've set someone on
Command
fire.
Third, someone's on fire. Erland is channeling again. And the person just straight up booked it and got out to about there.
I love
Still
the
on fire.
idea that
Oh, yes,
Erland...
the cloak is on fire. It's fairly obvious to track.
Erland has sat down in the middle of the road, presumably in the Indian position, Indian style. And do you need a
There's
book
just,
for
like,
this ritual, or
There's just like a couple
no,
symbols going
Just
around
to
a
the-
circle
I
on
was
the
gonna say,
ground.
just to the side of the road. I'm not doing it in the middle of the road. I said I was moving to the side of the road and crouching.
how big is
Do
this thing, by
I-
the way?
What the
Eidolon, yeah.
classed as a medium creature, so occupies the same space.
Same size as a human.
Okay, so about 5 feet in height, roughly.
Do I have line of sight? Of the,
You do not. You're around this bend here.
do I have enough movement to run and equip my crossbow?
Yeah, you could get up to about here, so that would get you about
Next to me,
if I
pretty much.
outran, I'd say 30 feet.
Then 30 feet, and would I have time to fire, or would just equip?
Yeah, because that'd be move and then a. Because well, no, you have your rapier out, so you'd have to switch. So that'd be your standard action. You could just straight up drop your rapier.
No, he's
and
not
then
running
pull
across the
crossbow,
city.
And
I
then
would-
I'd say you could take a shot with a minus, but
No, I'll just sheath my rapier and equip the crossbow after making that.
Runic,
Oh, wild
I'm
movement
just gonna
movement.
say, this map,
So you're
not
up
to
to there?
scale.
oh god no.
So I was gonna say,
30
when you were
feet
like,
allows him to go
like-
across the city.
No, God no. I mean, you look over here, and it's a bit better of a
A bit better
representation
scale,
because
yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
people.
Why?
Granted, I am abstracting distances a good bit.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Ezra's turn.
Oh, okay.
1 + 1.
I'm going to. Let's have a look at my handy dandy spell sheet to see that I have no spells that could actually do anything useful.
+2.
Remember, you can,
Wait,
you can always run up and tackle him.
I could always summon an instrument, that'll help. Beat him with my loot.
Do you not have inspire?
I have timely inspiration, but that only I can only cast that when you fail an action. I don't have
It's not like a 5e bard.
No.
Like an extra dice to roll.
What's that?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, well I'm going
So-
to chase. how far could I like do a full flat out 2-action sprint or whatever it is? Would I catch up?
60 feet. You could catch up to him, but you can't really do much. You could try to like barge into him
Yeah, I'm gonna try and barge into them while sprinting flat out
while they're on fire.
while they're on fire. Yeah.
All right, so you get up to him.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Digitation. Fun spell. Can be useful here.
Does anyone have fireball?
Alright, so what you're going to need to do is make me a CMB. Yeah, CMB check. Or
Okay.
no, not CMB.
That's
It would
not...
actually be grapple.
grapple doesn't exist.
Yeah, grapple is. I think grapple's just CMB. Shit.
Oh, please no.
Yeah,
Melee?
the Pathfinder combat maneuver system is cumbersome as all fuck.
Please no.
Oh yeah.
Is it just CMB then?
Checking now.
Or would it be a
Or you
dexterity?
just 5e it.
Because it would be a grapple, which is a thing.
If it's easier, just use the same sort of combat maneuvers that they do in 5e.
Yeah. it
That's
would
how
probably-
I run. That's how I run my Pathfinder game when I run it.
Would that be a
Because
dexterity
combat
check
maneuvers
then,
are so-
basically?
No, you still be strength. But
All
Yeah,
right.
strength. Yeah.
That's
Actually, yeah,
arguably
go ahead
just
and
as
make
bad.
Make a. You know what? Actually.
Please make
Yeah,
a decision.
strength check.
Thank you.
Well, I was
This
thinking
is
about making you have to hit him first with just a base melee attack, but no,
Oh,
go ahead and make a strength.
natural one.
Alright, so
Wow.
not only do you miss, you fall flat on your face and actually stun yourself a bit.
Oh.
You'll be able to act next turn, but you're gonna have to get up from being prone, which will be one of your.
Fair enough.
With a -1
like-
modifier.
it's like one of those rugby tackles that you do. You just misjudge it slightly, and rather than actually catching the guy, you just too.
Currently,
At least
I
you
am
didn't go
flat.
sailing into the building
I
right
am
next to him.
flat on my face next to him.
As he's booking it, yeah. Dylan, your turn.
How far is he from me?
About 30 feet.
30 feet. I'm going to move my full 20 feet, because that's all I can move, because I'm a dwarf.
Because tiny little legs can't go as far.
So about there.
I'm going to...
Clear your throat
I'm
menacingly.
trying to intimidate him.
Stop!
Yeah. Yeah, speaking as
Stop!
a free
In the name
action-
of the Lord.
He's using command again.
Are you using command?
Don't forget he is still on
That's what I
fire.
put in the chat. I said just halt. So I just want him to stop. Just go hold still.
Oh, okay. Well, it is do.
Hey!
And he very suddenly stops. The
Like-
cloak's still flaming.
Right next to me while
Right
on
next to you.
fire.
Right next. It's actually how it happened. You know what? I'm gonna roll this as how it's happened. You went to dive. Belhin yelled stop, and he stopped and you
And I overpassed him, yeah.
Yeah, you've adjusted for his movement and gone. Oh fuck!
Thanks,
So you're like pretty much
dwarf.
lying right in front of him.
Keep this up and you will quickly become my least favorite person.
Alright, Erlen's turn.
Same shit.
Alright, so that's 4 out of 6. And then we go on to Selenia.
That sounds like Slanesh. Really does.
That's what my character secretly is.
Oh god,
You're 30
please
feet
no.
from him.
I'm 30 feet. Can I shoot over the dwarf safely?
He is quite short.
He is a dwarf.
Then again, you're not
yeah.
that tall, are you?
Light chance to hit Ezra, but well,
I'm
no,
laying
he's
on the
down
floor.
in front of them.
How
Yeah, so
bad
no,
of
you're fine.
He's gonna hit the dwarf before he hits me, I think.
You have a clear shot, but I'm gonna say roll percentile, and it's a 30% chance to hit him if you do make it.
What was that noise, Belden?
Well, actually, hold on. What we'll do is you roll to hit, and if you miss, then it's a 30% chance to hit him.
That makes sense.
Could I tackle him and rip off his clothes?
I mean, it might be a
It's
good
on
idea.
fire.
It is on fire. And that fire is
Yeah,
slowly
Just
spreading.
drop and roll.
You could try to tackle him and rip off his cloak after running 30 feet.
Is that fire slowly spreading?
Yes, it is most of his back. The cloak back now.
And he's just stopped with this fucking fire blanket essentially strapped to his back.
He's like shivering as if he's trying to move, but he just can't because of the
Okay.
command word.
Yeah, I tackle him and attempt to rip off the coat.
I mean,
All right.
it
so
is
go ahead and
engulfed
make
in
me
flame.
a-
That's dangerous.
Yeah, just go ahead and make me a quick strength check to try to tackle him.
Oh, that's not a.
Alright.
Don't land on top of me, please.
Not
So,
hero.
True.
so, are you doing like a diving tackle, or are you just trying to run into him and knock him
More
down?
of a shoulder charge, yeah.
Okay. So, as you run up, and do you reach forward to grab the cloak first, or just charge and then try to tear off the cloak once you got him down?
Ripping off the cloak first, yeah.
Alright, so you reach out, grab the cloak, tear it away, and you see someone in quite common dress, actually. Just
And
fairly
it's a
normal
woman suddenly.
shirt and some trousers. No, it's a guy.
Oh, shame.
And then you nail him in the back with your shoulder. And Ezra gets this nice view of feet being right next to him and then suddenly disappearing as the two of you go flying past him and slam into the ground hard.
Well, I'm face
Uh,
first in this shit. I just raise a
well, I
thumb.
have-
Good job.
One more action to press my crossbow against the skull.
No, because that was your action.
It's okay.
That was your standard
It's
action.
my
It's also
turn
move.
next. I think.
No, actually, it's his.
Well, he's not on the turn order, so fuck him.
I know, but he
He-
did roll initiative.
Fair
I
enough.
have shown it to you guys.
And also, he's still under Holt's effect, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is
so
still under Hold's effect, so he can't move from where he is.
But he could stand up again.
He can still act, though, I think, can't he?
Oh, yeah.
Let's,
He's going to do a.
No, it says he may not take any actions, but is not
Oh,
considered
cool.
helpless.
Hold.
No.
I don't know. Well, you're wearing a flaming cloak
Ah, yeah, okay.
and you can't move. Yeah, you're pretty helpless.
Well, the flaming cloak got
Although
tossed to the
resistance.
side. In fact, it landed quite close to you, Ezra.
Is it starting to just basically peter out, or am I about to set the entire Sandpoint on fire?
The cloak has pretty much all been consumed by flames, and it's starting to peter out.
Okay, good.
So, actually, yeah, that would just straight up skip his turn because he can't do anything. All right, Ezra, your turn.
So he's on the ground, is he?
Lying on the ground. Yeah, it's a move action to get up.
Okay, how far away from me? Like 5 feet?
He's like, yeah, 5 feet or less away from you.
Okay, I'm just gonna essentially crawl over to him and lay on top of him and like pin him down.
So you're laying on top of him and me.
Yeah, because
Basically.
she's lying on top of him.
What do you want me to do?
You can, if it's within 5 feet, you can stand and point your blade at him, can't you?
Yeah.
My blade is
That's
3
within your
feet
reach.
long. Is it 3 feet long?
Well, it's within
It's
your
not
reach,
3 feet
'cause
long.
the way-
Fucking hell, that would be a huge sword.
Yeah, that would be a massive sword. The way Pathfinder does reach is you take a 5-foot square, he takes a 5-foot square.
Oh, so basically,
reach
in
him if he's
terms of
right next to you.
Pathfinder, I'm right next to him.
Yeah, in
Right.
Pathfinder terms, you're right next to him.
So
You're
yeah.
within easy sword swing of him.
I will stand up and point my sword at the back of his head, the front of his throat. I don't. Which way?
He's lying face down.
So the back of his head, just like in the nape of his neck, gently pressed against there.
All right.
I wouldn't advise moving. I'm not very good with this sword.
Would that be intimidation?
I don't think that I need to intimidate him for that.
You know, what, go ahead and roll an intimidate for me.
It's
Look it up
not
on
wrong
this.
though.
It's not wrong, but it's still intimidating.
That is
Apparently not.
Intimidating.
Yeah,
The
you
dogs
just sort of
roll a
notice-
natural 20 for intimidation.
You just sort of notice his head tilts to the side, and he just sort of spits.
I'm not surprised. He has just got probably horse shit or something in his mouth.
All right,
I don't think
and
horses
then-
would come
Does
down
that-
this area.
Does that end combat or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that ends combat.
Because we've got him dead to rights unless
you've got him
someone someone comes in from left wing and side strikes me or something. I shouldn't give the
keep
DM
going
ideas. I shouldn't give the DM ideas.
Oh, don't worry. There's already something.
Oh god.
It turns out they're actually two goblins in disguise, wearing flesh as wearing human skin.
Three guys on top of each other in a trench coat.
I'm going to walk in front of the guy who's laying down, like with everyone kind of on top of him, and just kind of squat down. Don't.
You're a dwarf. You don't really need to squat.
Oh,
Alright.
I still do, and so I'm gonna do that, and he's gonna be like,
So, what are your fathers? Huh?
As I say, as this is, as they're sort of pinning him, if I've just like over the last two rounds, which has been the last
Yeah,
time
you
I've
finished
summoned,
summoning your Eidolon.
I'm gonna
And
say that-
as you finish summoning your Eidolon, by the way, because there's people around and staring at you, you notice there's a folded piece of paper by your right hand.
oh, is this another one of those stop begging letters? Just 'cause I'm gonna turn to Yotis and say, go and keep an eye on him. Still sort of crouched down. You'll leave the idol. I'm gonna tell the Eidolon to go and walk over to make sure that nothing funky happens.
Right. So when that comes over and I see that come over, I'm just like, what the fuck is that?
It's essentially like a large.
Well, no, you're not over there, are you?
No,
I
he
know,
said he's
I'm
gonna
just
send it over.
Because it acts completely independently to me, so he's gonna wander over there. But it looks like a large, like, hunting mastiff, but sort of basically with frost, sort of mist kind of stuff
Gave us.
constantly falling.
The image you gave us, he looks kind of undead.
Yeah,
No, he's just He's just basically made of ice crystal.
I'm imagining some kind of giant like ice wolf from like
Basically,
Skyrim or something.
that's.
That's a big dog.
Are you gonna read the thing right now as well? Or-
yes. As he's wandered over there, I'm gonna read the note.
Stop begging.
Piece of paper.
That's not what I
That's what's on it.
see.
Oh my, that's a big dog.
Kind of like,
He kind of like
gonna make a-
sit back, just like
You're also on your own right now, Runic. Keep that in mind.
No, I know that's fine. I'm just gonna fold it, put it inside the thing. Can I make a perception?
Yes, you can.
Can
kinda
I
like-
as well, actually, as I'm the only one standing up, not looking at this guy. I've just got my sword against his head.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I'm just gonna grab my sword. I'm not gonna draw it. Does it seem aggressive?
God
or is it
fucking
just,
damn
like,
it.
Is it chilling?
Ezra
but-
is too entranced in the view of. No. Ezra doesn't notice much, other than himself and the person that's pinned.
Thank you.
It
I'm
can-
not that
but
self-centered.
My Eidolon can talk, so if you if you're gonna
Wait, it
if
can?
you're gonna like draw weapons and sort of challenge it, then it can just
It
Does
looks
it
like
does it respond with your voice or?
he
no.
he
It has,
literally,
it's a separate entity with a separate name.
like
Oh,
like
okay.
like I said, Belhun still does this. What the fuck?
Don't worry, dwarf. I'm with the short one.
So you're with the dwarf.
Not much shorter than a dwarf.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just gonna let that
I
one
mean, he's
slide.
short for angel kid.
Viking, it's falling apart.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that happens.
Oh well. But yeah. So yeah, Ezra doesn't notice much. Erwind notices, because there's a decent-sized crowd that's gathered around him because he was, performing magic. And
Ooh,
they sort of backed off when the thing was summoned. But he notices two figures going in different directions, one east, one south, who were wearing the same kind of cloak that the one you caught was.
Ooh, more shit to set on fire.
They are quite a distance away from you, though.
Damn it.
One east and one south.
Yep.
That's fine.
So
I'm just gonna
one's
I'll just make a note of it, stand up and say, please don't worry, this is guard business. We're assisting them with an inquiry.
The townspeople give you a bit of a raised eyebrow, but they.
the guards
all
condone
eventually
this.
disperse.
Okie dokie then. So one is heading towards the Rusty Dragon like way, and the other's heading down to like the Fat Man's feed bag.
You don't know shit.
No, I know. I'm
lied
just
to you.
asking for clarification.
one headed down to this corner, and then you lost him, and the other one headed off down this road.
Ah, right, gotcha.
So I'm just gonna test the townspeople. Don't worry, it's a guard business. They're here with their blessing, assisting with an investigation. Just gonna turn and walk up to the large pile.
I like get the person in a, arm behind back, legs up.
A
things
full
like that.
Nelson.
Not necessarily full Nelson.
Hog tie sort of thing.
Quick, check his collar.
Yeah, let's go with that. I need to go get my food. So
Okay.
after that, Brad, go. You can play the character until I get back.
Okay.
So who? Okay, so as long as you're fine, was he kind of looks at the Eidolon or whatever the creature is he thinks.
Belhan, person, dwarf. I can't. It's Belhan, right? Check his collar. He might be a priest.
Wait,
Wait, who? Wait, oh.
The guy on the ground. Not the dog.
Oh, right.
Don't check the dog's collar.
I was gonna say, I don't think I want to go near that. Look, I won't.
The dwarf just confused.
If you do look at the Eidolon, it doesn't actually have a collar on. But if it did, it would say, "I'm a strong, independent Eidolon, and I don't need no."
I don't need no summoner.
Right. So, right. Okay, anyway, yeah. Let me look at the and I.
Yeah, is that
and
like?
I'm gonna look at the. Well, I was about to say priest. I'm gonna look at the guy.
Let's not make any
wow,
assumptions.
Also, I like how TK's being very supportive.
Good luck.
Yeah. What do I see? Like, does he have any kind of symbol?
He's got no collar or symbol on. He's got no necklace on. He's just wearing some fairly common-looking shirts and pants, sort of stuff.
Shoot, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck?
Wouldn't you want to know?
Yes, that's why we asked.
Yeah.
Smartass.
Why do you think we fucking did this? So,
As you say that, Viking, there's sort of a coming from the dog.
Okay, the dog is currently gargling gravel. Okay.
okay, definitely that was weird.
That was
Okay,
definitely the dog.
That's fine. I hope. If I really don't something else. So yeah, who the what?
And he kind of just stares at the guy, trying to like figure out if he's gonna say anything. Does he look like he wants to talk, or is he like just not gonna say anything?
What was he
No,
wearing?
he's actually looking around fairly frantically, trying to figure out where that gravelly, demonic-sounding chuckling came from.
He's just wearing like basic commoner's clothes, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
If I've walked up to them at this point, like after talking to the townspeople, that's opposite. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm just gonna go, Jonas, could you perhaps assist with this? And the idol's gonna sort of just walk forwards and start, just sort of lean in and start laughing slightly towards it.
God, the hell is that thing?
That's just freaking me out. Okay, I'm gonna leave this to him.
Can I
got this.
Can I basically like, because he's fat, he's fat. No, he's flat on his face, right? Still, relatively. He's like turned his head. Can I basically like kick him over so that the Eidolon, whose name I'm not sure of, can basically like put paws on either side of his arms, pinning him down? If that makes sense. Kind of like there was I have it envisioned in my head from a film where this giant wolf has just basically pinned this person and is growling.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, you could do.
Well, I'm gonna kick him over. Do I have to do a check for that?
I wouldn't really say so, no.
Okay. So he's just a commoner. No, like once he's rolled over, nothing
Once he's rolled
signifying.
over, you don't really see anything on him, and
Has he still got his knife?
yeah, that's
Actually,
Yeah, I was about to say, Selenium actually doesn't see the glint, any sort of metal on him that she saw the glint from earlier.
She could have used that bloody knife. Actually,
and
can I?
and as you roll him over and he gets a good look at the Eidolon, he just sort of mutters, "Oh, Gorham, give me strength."
Quorum? Wait, what did you say? Which quorum? Quorum?
Gorham.
Gorham.
Spell that. Spell that.
Is that a god's name?
Spell it. Spell it.
That must be like a god,
G
right?
or
Maybe.
Do we know if that's a god? Because I'm not sure.
Would I recognize that? Would I like recognize who and what that is or whatever?
Well, hold on a second.
I can roll if you want to. I can.
The man of the
Oh, yeah,
truck.
actually, no, then I never asked you which god you devote yourself to.
I told
Oh,
you
yeah, I see.
this!
Yes. Nope.
The
That's me.
You're
actual
like,
anger.
Oh, this is amazing.
No. You're fine.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
not gonna
go
say
ahead and
things like been mentioned about that. So
Like-
yeah, keep that. Yeah.
just go ahead and give me a religion check, really quick.
Can I do one as well?
Yeah.
I'm not very
Anyone
good,
who wants
but
to,
you know.
yeah.
That's a bit better.
I don't know.
And I get a +1 from being a
I-
bard.
I'm really distracted by this like big dog demonic looking thing.
So that's a 15 then from me, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless that +1's already in there.
I don't think so.
That's it. Well, you rolled a 13 plus 1, so what's your intelligence?
My total is 1, so that would... Yeah, miss.
Yeah, so then, yeah, okay.
That's
so
already in there.
15 then. Alright, so you know that Gorham is a god of battle, strength, and weapons. That was he's a fairly new god, actually. He was forged in, or at least said to be forged in the first great battle between orcs and humans. So, a relatively new one. Still a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 years old, but
So I'm going to respond with, who the fuck is that?
Gorham?
Yes, him.
We assume so.
Our Lord in Iron? God? You don't know
God.
Gorham?
Oh yeah, what's he the god of?
His face hardens at that when you spit. He's the god of battle, strength, weaponry.
Oh my god, they get more pathetic. And I just sort of... Because the wolf is standing over him, I've put my sword away and I just sort of put my head in my hands.
He's looking very confused at that. As well as angry.
Okay, so the Belheim kind of comes up to him, kind of gets up close and goes,
While they do this, can I start, like, trailing back to see if I can spot where that knife was? Because I'm assuming he dumped it.
I was going to say, if Bellen's talking to him, I was just going to search his person.
Well, that's the thing. Slanesh said she couldn't, or
We
basically...
still don't
So-
know her name. That's why I've been calling her Elf.
Yeah,
That's fair.
and you don't know her name.
"We don't know her name."
Elf.
So
So, what, do you believe in, you have faith, do you?
Told you, it's a fucking priest.
Like most men of Galarian, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
Who the hell's Galarian?
That's fine.
That's the continent you're on.
Oh!
Fucking hell, Viking, do your background research.
I have not looked at a map, okay?
I posted a massive ass map that's called the Map of Galarian, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
The sand.
I didn't think it.
okay, now I can talk.
So, if you have this faith,
Mhm.
do you want to see do you want to see this person soon? We don't want to send you. Well,
His eyes just sort of widen a bit at that. No, I don't want to meet my gods yet.
Does he inhabit the Nine Hills?
You know, we all meet him at some point. I would say I think it just makes sense if you just tell us what to know. Who are you and why the fuck were you following us?
Right, so do I need to do a perception check to see if I can spot this knife?
For
While I'm sort of like backtracking slightly to see if I can spot it.
yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
So I'm basically trying to intimidate him
Oh,
to
for fuck's
tell
sake.
us. Like I'm trying to kind of intimidate him a little bit.
So you're trying to do an
Uh,
intimidate, basically,
Yeah,
Bellin.
just roll and intimidate then.
13.
Yeah,
Eh.
Python, you don't see much on your way back, even back at the corner.
So I imagine wherever he dropped it, assuming he dropped it, it's been taken by someone else. Personally, that's what I imagine anyway.
All right. Belhan, actually, hold on. He does not seem very impressed. I ain't telling you shit.
Alright, I'll just give you to the dog.
I've
Alright,
walked back. Does your god really accept swearing? Man of cloth?
I mean, to be honest,
Gentlemen,
The dwarf kind of looks over. Yeah.
and
Hello.
madam, would you mind if I had some time alone with this chap?
Maybe. We shall tell
yeah.
after I receive a message from Red.
After you receive a message from what?
After I received a message from the DM because he's whispering.
Yeah.
I am. Just suddenly, I am.
No, could I have just 2 minutes? It's not like he's going to move, is he?
Probably not. He's got a big
Sort of-
fucking wolf
sort
on top of him.
gesturing at Jotun.
Well, yeah, I say they want to go, but I think I'm gonna stay right here. I'll let you do what. Just want to keep an eye on what's going on. Kind of crosses his arms.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Kind of does like a kind of crosses his arm, puts his arms under. It's just sits there, leaves it with this wall.
I'm just gonna sort of like crouch down by the guy that's been pinned. Then are you? What are the elf and Ezra doing?
Waiting on the DM.
The elf is just sort of standing there, still rapier out and pointing at him.
Yeah.
As he gets away from the dog.
I've put my sword away currently, but I'm just sort of standing near his head.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little space, please.
Casts fireball.
I lean up to one of the walls. Just I can still see them. I'm out of his way.
The elf will
I'm
back
not-
off, but she'll hold her rapier still out at the ready.
It says the bar. I'm not asking you to leave me alone totally. Just a bit of space. I'm
Okay.
gonna walk around and crouch down next to him, next to where he's lying, and pull out the note and say, "Now, I came here merely to track things. I am, by nature, a hunter and tracker of sorts. This is not the job I agreed to take. However, it's the job I'm doing because it pays. If I were to show you this, which I received when I was calling my friend here, and I'm going to sort of reach up and put one hand on one of the... I don't think I can quite reach when I'm kneeling down, but I'm just try and put one hand on the shoulder of Jonas. And say, I was calling my friend here, I said this note. I'm assuming it's from your friends. I'm just going to sort of show him the note that I got.
He's looking at you, still sort of disdainfully, but then his expression changes. He becomes more calm and goes, "Yeah, that was one of my friends."
Okay, so I'm not in a position to hurt you or take you in, or
My wolf, on the other hand.
I'm new to this town. I'm still learning what's happening. Could you perhaps enlighten me as to who your friends are and why we should perhaps, as it says, let you go.
Can I
Well, I'd like to, but
can I
it's a bit
interject here
open
slightly
here.
and
Yes.
sort of say,
Yes.
let me just let me try something, and I sort of slav squat by his head and get him to look at me, and I just go,
So far, human, all you have done is make this man more hostile towards us. The
don't
reason I asked
no.
for space and time was for you to step back so I may actually talk.
I just want to ask him one question, politely. Is that acceptable to you? Pointy-eared person.
Just gonna nod.
Tell me, what is it that you truly desire? Deep down.
I
Let's stab him. No.
I don't want to say that in public.
Oh, why is it dirty? We're all friends here.
No,
That's fine. Right. Shall we perhaps just escort you somewhere slightly more private?
I would recommend the garrison.
I'm back.
It's not particularly private.
his eyes widen when you mention the garrison. By the way,
Not the garrison, then? Okay. Where would you consider more private?
four walls, a roof, preferably stone.
How many letters? How many inch rounds?
Trying to think where would work then.
No. Okay.
Maybe
Because
a
I'm
jail cell.
allowing this. What was it? Sorry.
Maybe a jail cell.
No.
I think that might concern him a bit more.
I'm inclined to talk to this gentleman before we hand him clean over. I'm new here myself, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
What's
Frankly, I took a job to track some goblins.
Red,
I
what's
am
the
a tracker.
building we're next to over here? What would you say that was? Because that's fucking 4 walls and stone with a roof.
That is.
What, the fucking big thing?
Yeah, that one.
actually-
I'm not sure. What would you call that? Like a marketplace or what?
Oh no, the market's in the open area here. Actually, no, that is actually town hall.
Town
Oh,
hall?
that's-
Is there a town convention or anything going on right now?
No.
So it would-
When I mean town hall, I mean like offices and all that as well.
Yeah.
Ah,
not
right,
just
fair
a
enough.
meeting place.
Would that...
The guy's eyes sort of light up a bit. They've got spare rooms at the Rusty Dragon. It's not great, but it's work.
I like to sense motive.
Okay, go ahead, roll.
I would like to get pissed, but you know. 21, that's not bad. It's better than some of your other
You
rolls.
can tell he's anxious, but he's not lying to you.
Are you afraid that your friends will kill you if you talk out here?
I'm
I'm-
not
I'm-
afraid my
I'm
friends
gonna
would kill
answer that.
me.
I'm going to answer that. I don't think it's his friends he's worried about.
Is it the
I think
wolf?
It's our employers.
Ah,
And I'm just gonna I'm gonna hand the note that I got to Ezra.
Okay.
So now, if we do, let's say, move along, I basically picked up a note. I'll just let the rest of you know while we're here. While I was summoning my idol, there was a note placed
While
next
you
to it.
hold on, while you say that though, he just sort of looks around and his eyes grow a bit wider. No, not here. There are eyes about.
Well, yes, I mean I've got two in my head.
As do I.
I got two.
Well, okay then. Let's not. Shall we retire then? I'm assuming I can trust you after meeting my friend. And again, sort of patting the side of the openers. That you can. That if you do try and run, you can be brought to heel.
This time my spark won't
I
hit
won't
your
run.
cape.
I won't run. Also, you ruined a perfectly good cape
Sorry, but I had to stop you.
by lighting my cape on fire.
It worked, didn't it?
No,
shooting
the elf tackling me did.
I tried.
Better than me shooting you in the leg and slitting your throat.
I just look slightly concerned at the elf.
For an hour, and how does that impress? How does that sort of seem like the way that you interact with everybody?
That's a, I don't think that would have done the trick.
Oh,
It
no,
wouldn't have
probably
stopped?
it would have done the trick. I don't think we'd be able to talk to it afterwards, but it would have.
Oh,
Hey, Jonas, let him up.
Now we're just going to be
Okay,
a
so
group of
did I-
friends and their wolf going into the Rusty Dragon, aren't we?
Friends, the word you could
Right.
use.
Sorry, Simon. For your benefit, Viking's character spent some time threatening the chap and got nowhere.
I didn't
Belen
threaten.
tried threatening him. You had to go at him about his god.
Well, yeah, because it's pathetic, but that's just me.
Sorry, all right. Belen tried threatening him.
You know what Vikings' religious ideas are?
You can get an inkling, but I don't think you truly know. To quote Alucard, and there is no one alive who can comprehend my sexual preferences.
We weren't talking about sexual preferences.
Or religious preferences in this case.
How has this always happened?
Why do I feel those two are linked?
I mean, well, oh my god, he's a Catholic.
Rip?
But yeah, I was given a note when I was summoning my icon. And,
No, I'm not
read
trying
it.
to become Slanesh Dragon.
Yeah, I know what happened up to the point where I pinned him in the hog, in that
Okay.
hog type.
Yeah, there was a big
Right.
wolf.
But no, I just came over and mentioned that
Viking.
Hmm?
To be fair though, you are a bard, so you could.
If
you
it
tried
is
hard enough.
feasible, yes.
Can I just say, guys, let's make sure I'm talking over each other because I've seen
Yeah,
it a few
sorry.
times.
Yeah. So, Cybrin,
Yeah.
a big wolf has turned up,
Mhm.
which may be new to you. I'm not sure. We
No,
have
I was there for that.
right. We've Runic has talked to this guy in a calm manner after the dwarf tried to intimidate him. Honestly, he may not have just understood him personally. And now he's sort of calmed down a bit and is willing to talk to us, but in a private location.
did I get a sense motive when he said he won't run.
Pretty sure the wolf would be able to outrun him.
Yeah, you can run our sense motive, and your Eidolon can if you want to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your Eidolon could outrun him.
I mean, yeah, the Eidolon's faster than humans.
I'm gonna say like when he's like trying to look at that.
That's pretty good.
so
You guys have rolled sense motive really well.
does
You believe he's telling the truth.
does the Rusty Dragon sound good? We can rent a room there for our private.
I mean, he did
No,
say that
he
they.
was very
Yeah, he
specific.
said the Rusty Dragon has spare rooms available.
Really? I was way over there, and to be honest,
I had zoned out.
I can't. Yeah, this whole thing, like the dog. Is it a dog? What the fuck was it? What?
I believe it's pronounced Eidolon.
It's just gonna turn to you and go, "I am no dog."
Oh, okay. Sorry. Did that offensive? Who are you? Who are you?
I believe it's.
Racially profiling me. That's disgraceful.
I believe it's pronounced Eidolon and
sorry.
yours.
Actually, yeah, do a knowledge Arcana check to see if you would know what an Eidolon is, because they're a fairly rare thing.
I mean, Runic said that it was called an Eidolon. At one point, I believe,
Oh, yeah,
in
he told
character.
everyone, but I don't think any. But we have to see if anyone here would know what that actually is.
Oh, right.
They're probably saying, "Yes, certainly. That's a such and such and such and such."
Right.
Yeah.
This could be bad. Yeah, that's terrible. +1 for being a bard. Yeah. Doesn't help, but.
My question still stops.
Alright, so Sonnet has a vague idea of what they are, which is a spirit summoned from a different realm after basically agreeing to serve the summoner.
So, like the
That one and
inverse
Ezra
of a
have no idea.
warlock.
Yeah, it's similar to a warlock, except instead of the warlock getting a familiar, it's more of a pact between the two,
Fair enough.
of like mutual
well-
assistance.
Yeah, rather than like warlocks get power from their from a patron that sort of it gives them power and stuff through an agreement. Summoners and Eidolons bond as sort of like equals almost. So it's a separate
Yeah.
entity, but it's treated as an ally for a separate plan.
I
At
gotcha.
least the
Bonded to
ideal
mine.
is for them to be equals. There are some that don't,
Yeah,
and those typically lose their eidolons. fairly
Like in
quickly.
Aragon,
Yeah,
where
the
the dragon and the rider are
Yeah,
bonded.
Dragon and Rider.
Right.
Yeah. Or like if you've read any of the Honor Harrington ones, tree cats and their humans.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
He heard the
Yeah,
word
no,
tree
just-
cats and suddenly was interested.
Did I hear something about fur fags?
No, you're not actually. Okay.
Right, so are we going to pick this gentleman
Good
up
question.
and
Oh yeah, do I still have him pinned down, Red, or did you?
No,
you
you're
stood up.
standing to the side with your rapier at the ready because the Eidolon is standing on both of his front arms with its front legs.
so are we going to pick this gentleman up and have a lovely friendly stroll to the Rusty Dragon with the huge icicle demon? Kind of inconspicuous, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Have any of you frisked him?
I believe Runic did.
I did ask to. I didn't get to roll for it.
Alright.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll a quick. Let's call perception. Yeah, I think it's perception.
This is my character. Yes. Okay. I was like, am I gonna roll for the? Nope, that's a 2.
That's a 7.
Now,
Oh, is that
did
with your
notice-
bonus?
Did I
Oh,
notice
wow.
earlier the flashing glint in his hand?
Yes, but you apparently didn't notice
You
that.
don't find anything interesting on him, Erland.
Yeah,
No, I'm not surprised.
that was something. Red basically
no,
said
that
that
was his-
you didn't notice anything like the glint that was on him earlier. I had a look to see if I could see if he dropped the knife, but I couldn't see it because I'm blind as a bat.
You couldn't see it on him now.
And I had a walk back to see if I could see it. I believe
Now
it was
that,
taken.
My eyes have refocused, and the gods have given me control of my body again. Can I also make a roll to see if I detect anything?
Yeah, you can frisk him if you want as well. He's a bit curious why he's being frisked twice, but
She just
no,
doesn't
no,
trust
why-
us.
go ahead and roll perception.
So my question still stands. Who was creature? What is this creature? Ugh.
I've told you it's an Eidolon.
You
Treat
don't
him
find
as
anything interesting on him.
He and I have a bond from some time ago. Treat him as an ally from another.
An ally from another mother.
He my brother from another mother.
And a different plane of existence, but who
And
knows?
he's gonna sort of turn towards you and just sort of say, "It's one way to describe it."
I'm just imagining actually both of you just like ultimately just fist bump and then it's just yeah with sunglasses.
I've seen weird shit. This is still weird. That's fine. All right. Yeah, I'll just continue like this is normal. On way to the Rusty Dragon, the rest of you?
Yeah, so
If we I would suggest we let him up and walk on his own because us carrying someone
yeah,
is likely going to be.
I would probably say sort of like we sort of between us organize ourselves around him. So he's in the middle of us. If that makes sense.
Might I also suggest I follow at some some small distance behind you? Because unfortunately, there's a gesture towards Jonas, sorry, that we tend to
May
stand
draw
out.
attention, yes. You bring up an interesting point. Besides, I'm pretty sure Ionis, was it? Could quite easily catch up with him if he did try to run.
So now there's just a giant crystal dog wandering around the city.
He doesn't like dog. He does not like being called dog. He is a wolf.
Racists. No.
No, not wolf either. What would you like to be called
yeah,
as?
What subtype of Eidolon is he? I didn't actually ask you about
Quadruped.
that.
Right, the only subtype
No,
is
no, no.
quadruped. He still
Not
passes as an
subtype, like,
outsider.
Oh, Oh yeah, I know, but there's specific types of eidolons. Like you can get specific beings as eidolons.
You shouldn't be able to.
I am the DM, cool guy. Hold on, I'll.
In the base book, it should only it just classifies as an outsider.
Yeah, in the base book. Hold on a second now, because there was a additional thing. Ah, yeah, here we go.
So
You don't need to worry about it right now, but sometime later on, I just want you to look at that. Continue on, by the way.
if we're gonna put him between us, I'd like to put my shoulder around him, give everyone this award-winning smile, and make it look like we were just best friends who just reunited for the first time in ages. While at the same time, he feels that there's a small wooden handle in my hand pressed against his back.
Okay, well that's not entirely creepy. Shall we go?
Ready when you are.
Shall we go to the Rusty Dragon then?
As you all, if you're all going, that is.
I believe we are. But
I'll wait for them to head out.
yeah, Runic and his
Yeah.
big puppy are staying back. Slightly.
I take
There's
out.
the page on it. I'm trying to find what it specifically
I'm
was,
assuming
but yeah.
Runic's gonna stay like 10 to 15 feet back. But I don't know.
Sorry, you're in it?
Yeah, no, I'll give them space. And we'll leave
Okay.
it back.
Alright, so as you guys get closer to it, everyone roll perception really quick first. You're all about here when you make this
Oh,
roll.
for fuck's sake. None of my rolls since the first one have been any good. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Huh, a lot of people in the fourth haven't seen Pathfinder apparently, and that's a
That's
natural
a nat
one.
1.
Wow.
Bellin is distracted by a butterfly flying by.
No.
He's still
it's
distracted by the
my
wolf.
weasel. I'm paying my weasel right now, so I'm kind of
Oh, yeah,
like
you're petting the
walking
weasel.
along and just like, oh, you little Rig, I love you, Rig. You're just so great.
I'm just imagining Lenny with rats. Gonna pet the rabbits.
George.
Erlin knows the exact positions of every single person around him in a 100-foot radius.
He's using eagle vision, guys.
Nobody seems suspicious though approaching the party.
Okay, well that's good.
Alright. As you get up to the Rusty Dragon, the guy stops and goes, you might want to let me lead in, otherwise they might have the wrong idea.
I mean,
You try to screw us over.
Oh no, I won't.
I
I
pressed the
won't.
wooden handle with his back even further to
I'm-
drive my point home.
I am human. I could appear to be your friend.
We don't have to seem all
Oh,
threatening.
no. You follow in behind me. I'm just saying let me go in first, so that way they
Yeah.
don't think,
If he
that
wants
I'm
to,
taking back the corner.
yeah,
Fair.
let him go first. We will follow
I don't see a problem with this.
closely. Don't worry about too much.
Alright, so...
Is the Eidolon gonna fit in the tavern?
It takes up
It's
the
a
same.
medium creature, so yeah.
Should be able
Takes
to
up the
fit
same
through
size
the door, yeah.
space as human.
Is it a good idea to bring him inside the tavern?
Oh, I was
Hey,
gonna say, if
that's-
needs be, he can always sit outside at the back.
Fair enough.
He can look
Yeah,
after
he can
himself.
fit inside. Are you gonna
Yeah,
all
Red,
regroup before you
those-
go into the tavern though, or...?
It's
Yeah, I
up
know,
to
I'm
us.
trying to find the specific thing as well, but I'm
The,
focusing on this
the
right
problem is having a big crystalline like wolf from another dimension coming into the tavern. That's gonna turn heads.
It's up to the player. Just leave it at that.
The perception
I
checks
mean-
for the Halo game.
now. Hmm?
Cool
Oh.
guys, yeah. taking
I
from the balance.
I think
Yeah, what
you
was-
mean
What was it I saw from the perception check when we were going in?
everything.
You didn't see anyone suspicious moving around. You can't see any of the people in the cloaks that you saw earlier.
Okay.
So you saw everyone and nothing.
No, well, I'll send I'll send Ernest round to the back. If there's a back door to the Rusty Dragon, I'll send him round to the back.
There's.
You can just sit
Now,
around the back and
is this a tavern or a shop?
Yeah, it's a tavern.
It's like an
a
inn, isn't it?
tavern yeah, it's a like inn because there's also like Cracktooth's Tavern, but this is a proper inn with rooms.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's a bit big for being a tavern.
Yeah, it's a proper inn.
It's like a Premier Inn or a fucking Holiday Inn or something.
Inn/tavern
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
is the way I like to think about it.
That would basically be
That's
it.
most D&D places where you get drinking rooms. DD, inn/tavern.
yeah.
Pretty good description.
So,
So, are we going to let the gentleman walk in first and we will follow a couple of feet behind
Yeah.
him?
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So then, as he opens the door and steps in, and you guys step all in behind him, you hear him go, "Hey, Mark, I need a bit of a room if you can." "Oh, all right, James, you can get a room. I'll get you one. Second floor, third one on the right." "Ah, thanks, man." And he leads you over to the stairs. There's a couple of stairs from the patrons at the
Any ladies?
interesting group. A couple of them, yes.
Excellent. I know what I'm doing tonight. More accurately, who?
I look a slightly bit disgusted. I try to keep my award-winning smile on my face.
We're going to have to work on that smile.
Wait.
You look aggressive and
Oh, yeah,
intimidating.
no.
Yeah, because of the fact that it appears as though James is, as you now know his name is, that James is leading you. No one's really watching you with, apprehension or anything.
Can I like see if like the way he said that was cueing anyone else on to anything?
You can roll sense motive.
Actually, yeah, I'd like to do that as well.
Check.
Well,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I-
If I could get higher than 14, that'd be grand.
I would say that usually it'd be the person who says it.
Yeah.
You
But,
can't.
Jesus.
Just
No, you can't. He doesn't seem to be like doing any coded messages or anything. And while the bartender is eyeing him, he's not like. It's not watching. He's
Okay.
just sort of like a.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
gotcha. Just checking. We follow him up. I actually say on the. I say, I'll meet you all up too. I'm wait for the other one.
The other one? Oh, what, Runic?
Yeah.
The small one. The well, I think,
The
it
small
was
one,
the-
coming from the dwarf.
The other small one. Thank you. The Erland. Erland. That was the name. I couldn't think of the name. I'm away for Erland. You all go up.
Very well.
Alright.
As I eye
I'll
up
wait.
some of the women and some of the men.
You really are trying to become a god of sex, aren't you? Eventually. That's
What do
your
you
plan.
mean become?
Find some powers.
Are you like a goblin god of sex then? Because you're looking pretty pathetic to me.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Rolls up sleeves.
Alright. So,
Alright, so I'll catch up with the rest. Sort of walking.
yeah,
Not
as he's
massive,
as he's leading up the stairs and he gets to the third door on the right, he just sort of stops and looks back, and your friend's coming.
Oh, they're coming.
As soon as Erland
Do
comes
you want to
up,
wait for him, or?
I mean, we can. If you would prefer 4 people who are not entirely trusting you right now.
I mean, I still am your prisoner, sort of.
That is fair.
Who are you taking?
as soon as Erland gets to me, I tell them that this is where we're going. I kind of lead them up to where we're going.
All right. James has just sort of been sitting there in the hallway with his hand on the doorknob. By the way.
If that's the room we're going in, I'd like to push past him and look inside the room.
Okay. He just sort of gives you a look as you go to push past him, but he just sort of opens the door and lets you through.
It's not that we
It's
don't
a-
trust you, it's that we don't trust you.
Yeah, I'd like to check the room for peepholes, or hidden false floors,
Glory holes,
false walls.
sex dungeons.
Yeah, as you get in there, there's a. You don't notice much out of the way. There's no other people in there. It looks like a fairly average room in the inn, but you notice that the walls, and you can see it as you go through the doorway, are particularly thick in
Excellent.
this room.
How thick is the door?
Dummy
It's a
thick.
sturdy door.
Okay.
It's dummy thick.
It's not like just the standard wooden door. It's actually a fairly thick and heavy door.
Hot twist.
Put some cloth on the
Mimic.
put some cloth on the door frame as well to sort of seal it.
Oh, excellent. So, gonna step inside.
Yeah. me too.
Once
we
the
get there,
twitchy
we'll-
elf has finally done her scan of the room.
How many C's? What?
Characters, I think.
Oh, 4.
Oh, yeah, the 4 of them.
Technically 5 if you count the wolf.
Stop calling him a wolf.
What should I call him?
Yeah, wouldn't the Eidolon be more of an NPC?
The Eidolon is sort of... Summoners are weird in that it's a character, but it's a character in like
Oh,
half
for
an
dummy
orc and
thick.
another half an orc.
4. That door is definitely thick.
The door is not DTF. Like,
It could be. You don't know.
Alright, so as everyone gets in and the doors close, the sort of sits down on one of the chairs and faces it towards you and goes, well, I know this place is pretty secure, so I can tell you what's going on, at least.
Still, what the fuck were you doing?
Well,
I'm going to stay standing up.
looked like you were just hired by the guards, so I was
Yeah.
watching and making sure you guys didn't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Like set someone on fire, for example.
Well,
My
like
bad
the
on that.
guard tells you.
Blaine.
Okay, so in short, why would we not do what the guard tells us?
They are the law. La law.
I mean, that's a good
Well,
reason. Yeah, I mean,
Because
yeah,
most of them
he has a
are
point.
the ones actually getting people out of town into the goblins. They've got an agreement going somehow.
Goblins are fairly stupid.
Yeah, but they'll take an
yeah.
easy meal if it's offered.
I don't really know much about goblins, so I couldn't possibly comment.
That's the question. Well, first of all, what's your name again? Oh, I heard it. I think I meant.
His name was James, I believe. Is that correct?
James.
James. Hi, James. Belhan. So.
Why have you suddenly become so fucking posh?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My name is Belhan.
Sorry,
Top hat wearing dwarf, and so not whatnot.
I was gonna say I may or may not have said to Belen that I was struggling to hear him over people and through himself when he was using the voice.
Ah, fair enough.
Ah, okay, no problem.
It just like toned him down a bit when he was using it. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
hear what you said.
Yeah.
This
No
is
problem.
legitimately what it sounded like when I was doing the voice. So anyway, so what do you what would you say? Why do you not trust the gods? Even is it because like what you know about them?
Well, I know about at least half of them are lying cunts.
Whoa.
Right, that makes sense for gods.
That's fairly typical for any city. What makes it
That
so
is
special?
quite the accusation.
Well, they're murderous lying cunts.
Right. Do you know
Right.
which one?
Not seeing a
Well, I
reason
know
why
a
we should
couple of
trust
them.
you.
Actually, that's a good question. When he says like, "Can we trust you?" I'm just can't. It's any of the things that he says like
You
So
can
far-
roll Flint's motive and see if what he said so far is truthful or not.
As I suggested it, I would like to. God fucking damn it.
Ezra can't tell. He's too busy focusing on the
Dummy thick
intricate
door.
patterns of wood on the wall and the dummy thick door.
I'm still apparently checking the room, I guess.
Yeah, you're still looking around the room.
So
Noticing
what?
the like, window panes.
Do you guys just like whatever you see me doing? Do you guys all like, oh yeah, push two? Just like,
I mean, there's no.
No, I was the
reason
one
not
who
to.
asked,
okay.
so
I'm just saying, just as like something I've noticed, and I'm just like, love chicks. But yeah, so what's going? So other than that, is there anything specifically you've seen that could cue us on? Well, kind of looking into this.
do you know
Oh,
if
I
we
know
can
some
trust
of
the
them.
lieutenant?
Oh, the lieutenant's probably fine. He's
Probably. That concerns me
he's a pretty
slightly.
upstanding man.
All right.
I mean, he's been doing his damnedest to keep the guards straight, but well. let's just
Then
say
I
it's
turned
almost
up into
worth
town.
safety.
I have a
That's
question.
getting late.
There's only so
Why-
much one man can do. So.
People have been disappearing from here, this establishment specifically. Why bring this here?
His face grows a bit confused. Disappeared? What do you mean disappearing?
I'd like to put my hand on my
We don't
sword.
have any. Oh, hold on. Oh, the captain must have seen. Okay. Yeah. The captain saw us go in here. One of his people that's actually, not a murderous gun. Either that or someone just fed him information, which is lies. But yeah, we're not exactly a legal group, so we've been sneaking around a lot.
So you're an organized rebellion.
Not resistance. Resistance.
You all see
Resist-
Belhen
Potato,
kind of
potato.
Resisting what exactly?
Tell me more, please.
Well, the guards that are trying to take civilians and feed them to goblins, obviously.
Does the mayor know
I-
about this?
Do we want a revolution?
I think the only reason that the mayor's still alive is that she doesn't know about this.
Break out the flag.
Oh,
'Cause
she.
there's no way in hell that she would actually go for this. Yeah.
I didn't know your
I-
mayor was a woman.
I mean, who do we have to kill? I mean,
You don't know
if-
much, do you?
Not really, no. I know elves,
Yeah.
and I just point at the elf-looking woman and say, but I'm not sure that she is an elf. I've seen elves. They don't look like that. I know he's a dwarf, and I love him. I have no idea what she is. Or he. Sorry. I don't really know. I know you're a human.
Yeah.
You know you're a human.
I'm
You
a
sound pretty
human.
Stupid to me.
I'm definitely a human.
You sound
Ezra,
odd.
could I perhaps suggest, Ezra, that you sit down, have some water, and perhaps attempt to recover from whatever narcotic you've imbibed?
Your drugs do not affect me. Neither does your alcohol.
Right,
You
that's
are
definitely
your-
drugs.
Takes a lot for me to be drunk.
I see. I bet.
James is just sort of looking curiously at this exchange.
Anyway.
So I am very interested. What can we do to, actually, what can we do to help in this situation? What we've been told to by the lieutenant to look into this.
And he wants us to
Well-
kill the goblins afterwards.
We also have been told to kill goblins or deal with the problem that way. So,
Oh yeah,
but
goblins are eating people.
they're
Do they
good-
tend to
good
do
reason.
that? Or...
Actually, yeah. Do we have knowledge? What would goblins be? Would they be orcoids?
I have no fucking clue, so
Um,
I'm genuinely asking, would they tend to eat people?
yeah, they would tend to eat people.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I've heard.
I
Have
actually
you tried
figured out-
eating them back?
I
Goblin?
look-
No,
look at the-
God no.
I look at the bard with absolute disgust.
Oh, don't look at me like that. You don't know what it tastes like till you try it.
I do.
Ah.
Almost revealed something there.
I. The Bellhunch kind of just stops and goes, Alright, we're gonna talk about this later. We're gonna deal with this, but just, just keep your mouth closed, please. You seem to be keep making us want more information that we don't need. Ah, okay. And I look back at the person we've been talking to, and I go, "All right, what? So is there? I mean, what do you
Goblins
know
are
that could help possibly help us in this situation?"
Cannibalism may be evil, but I am not a goblin, so.
I would like to move up behind the bar and hit him upside the head.
Ow! What'd you do that
They're
for?
just gonna.
Shut. Please stop.
No, that was out
talking.
of character to the chat.
Yeah, that was the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that wasn't the bard saying it, then never mind.
See, this is why character voices are a good thing.
If I were younger and I hadn't hit puberty, yeah, I could do character voices.
What do you mean younger? You're the same age as me, you spoon.
I mean, from the
Before-
introduction, I tried my best.
I tried my best.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was doing a pathetic German accent until I was told I was incomprehensible. So
I
By
love
the
your
Americans.
Comprehensive.
I
To
could
be
understand
fair,
you
Nick-
perfectly fine.
To be fair, Runic, you're most of the time incomprehensible.
Wow.
thanks for that.
No, what the fuck?
No, that's totally fine.
Runic is one of the
Yeah,
most
it's like-
well-spoken
it's like-
people in the unit.
Runic, 99% of the time I can understand it. However, when you go low and quiet, that's when I have trouble. Probably because of the accent.
Fair enough.
I'm so
Anyway,
confused.
this.
Anyways, yeah,
Moving on.
No.
To know about goblins, I'd say knowledge, nature, or local, whichever you have higher.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Because I think Runic, you asked, right?
No, that was.
That was Cybern.
Yeah, that was Cybern.
Because I can't find like a knowledge beast or anything like that.
No, there is no like bestial,
Yeah, no,
not bestiality.
Oh god.
Uh,
It'd be nature typically, or
Oh,
local if they're a local thing.
I'd assume these.
That's not a roll.
These particular goblins are local.
Yeah, they are. So you know that goblins typically dwell in caves or in abandoned structures. Goblins love to live on coastlines because they like to look through all of the junk that ends up on it to try to find treasures. And they can eat their body weight in food daily without getting any sort of fat whatsoever, so they are very hungry.
Goblins are not
Oh,
very
God,
tall,
it's
are
almost
they?
like
Though.
nuclear engines.
Yep.
So goblins are shorter than
And-
dwarves, aren't they?
And you know they prefer human and gnome flesh.
Thank God, no, we don't have any gnomes.
Yeah, but you have a human.
Shit.
We do have
Yeah, goblins are shorter than dwarves, aren't they? They're quite
yeah.
small.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are very small. They are actually listed as small rather than medium.
Ah,
Which
right.
dwarves are medium, so. Yeah, but how can you help? Well, hell, the lieutenant's probably got you on the right course then. I didn't know you were working for him.
I imagine wiping out the goblins would also, to a certain extent, go to
Well-
dealing with the problem.
That might slow him down, but there's been a couple rumors amongst us that the guards a bit, or at least the members of the guard that you can't trust are involved in something else, and they're just using the goblins.
I really want to pursue this. I think we should. I mean, do you have a list of anyone that might be the people that we could look to that could be culprits or people you personally noticed that have been doing more shadier things?
Well, not on me. I can get you one by the end of the night,
quick out of character question.
because it is getting late in the time of day.
Do we know the layout of the town? Do we have a map of the?
Yeah, I'd say you've gotten a map of your of
I
the
would have said we
town
got
on the
one
way.
from the lieutenant, or at least
Either
on the
you
way
got it
in.
on the way, or the lieutenant
Yeah.
gave it to you, yeah.
So we know the junk beat a beach exists, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Feeding the goblins cans?
Well, if the goblins like junk, there's a beach just perfect for that.
Problem is, it's
True.
inside town limits.
That's also in that's also in town limits. If there were goblins wandering around in broad daylight there'd be something seriously wrong.
So, okay.
I don't think we're in a position to offer free real estate.
No, that would be the mayor's job. Give me a couple of hours, and I could probably get her around. But
I was also gonna add. We were told that there was possibly, um, guards that were opening the gates, or someone that was opening the gates, kind of leaving them open for and sending people out. I assume that's the guards in this case, and it's not you doing something for some other case and forgetting to close the gate.
Oh no, we've seen him doing it a couple times. We just can't stop him. We don't have the numbers or the training or weapons or anything really.
Just
Ah,
leave 'em
yes,
at
that would-
100%. Could you, if given the right sort of kit, could you identify which guards are the ones that have been doing it in the past?
Yeah, me or some of my friends could, but well, getting that public with it would be probably messy because there's a lot of them we've seen we don't know, and I
I
don't
see.
think we could identify them.
Do you imagine it's a sort of 50-50 split in the guard, or possibly more?
I know of at least about a third of them.
A third? Bloody hell, that's quite a few. I recommend we don't
That's
fight them.
just the ones I know.
Whatever's going on here. Mind control, maybe?
It does seem slightly suspicious. Why would human guards feed people to goblins?
Who's hiring is the question.
I imagine the town treasury.
You say some of the guards have joined you and your little group. Why have none of them come back out, I shouldn't say?
Well, those are the ones that don't leave the building or the tunnels underneath the town.
There are tunnels under the town?
Shit, I shouldn't have said that.
No,
you
no,
shouldn't have,
continue.
But now we're going to use them.
The tunnels will benefit us in combating the guards.
I know, but I can't let you down there.
Do you want this
I-
goblin problem to go away or not?
I mean, I
The goblins
personally,
don't have access to the tunnels.
Neither do
But
we.
unless you get rid of them.
I personally would be a-okay with confronting the guards face to face. But that's just me.
I think
Funny.
that would be a terrible idea, as I'm pretty certain they would outnumber us. Quite
I second
considerably.
that.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't mean all of them are gonna be there, but we'll get a few names. We'll wait for you to get those names. We get the names, and we start tracking people down, taking them out one by one by one.
James,
To your knowledge,
What?
is there a common thread between who keeps going missing? Is it women? Is it children? Is it people of a certain age? Is it people?
I mean, they haven't really taken anyone big except for a couple of guards who tried to go public, but it's mainly just been people that no one would really notice. The only reason that
beggars
the
and
only
such.
reason lieutenants probably notice is because there's so many of them that it's gone by now.
Yeah, a few.
How
Has
many
there been
guards come into the Rusty Dragon or other taverns when they're off duty?
The Rusty Dragon used to be pretty busy, but about a month ago it's only been like maybe 4 or 5, usually in a group of as many.
Interesting. Do you know if they've gone elsewhere with their business? Or?
I don't know. I've actually been getting pretty worried that they've figured it out. And if you said that the lieutenant told you to investigate this place, if he told anyone else, then
He kept it
shit,
to
we
a
have to move.
small... There was only one other trusted guard in there.
I knew he had his head on straight. Good.
maybe having those guards not come back out was not smart for you and your organization?
Where else were they gonna go, though? I mean, a couple of them had already been.
To the Nine Hells
Let
would be a
off.
thought.
Now, I
No, that's where the others were let off to.
Has there
Fair.
been any tension or schism
Right.
between the local clergy and the mayor.
But you think the priests are behind it?
I
Not
wouldn't put it.
that I can think of. I mean, there's always a bit of tension because we've got the local church of. Oh God, what was it? Oh, yeah, we got the local church of Asmodeus because well, most of us, well,
I just start
that-
laughing completely insanely.
I would like to
Uh,
grab him by the collar. Where?
in the cathedral. It's just a small thing. It's not illegal. They keep to themselves.
I am going quite insane in the corner,
Of course they do.
laughing my head off.
I let him. I do let him go, and I just go over to a warm area and just start brooding.
Can I ask, just while we're talking to him upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to have Jotunus sort of try and bed down towards the back door, try and hide as best he can, and then just keep in the spot any more of the people that do it. So, comings and goings.
That's a question about that. Can you two basically just like communicate telepathically, or
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
oh, is that how your bond works?
They've got a light. Well, there's the life link.
This is
Ah,
in-game
right.
messaging.
Actually, no. It's second level. You can
Sorry.
bond your
No,
senses.
second level, I can share his senses, but link, which means I can communicate to him telepathically.
Ah, right.
So second
Okay.
level, I can do what you can do with like familiars in 5e and sort of see through his eyes and ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he know
But
your
it's not-
location?
that's
Though?
not-
I presume
Does
they
he know
know
where you
each
are at all
other at
times?
all times. Yeah.
He knows within what range, know whether we know where each other's location. We sort of, because
Hello.
Yeah, we lost
Hello?
you there, Rune.
oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
internet started cutting out a bit.
Not on my end. Okay. Yeah, that he'll know when we're within a certain range because once we get beyond a certain range, like distance, he,
You're cutting out again, man.
fucking
It's after you say range. Don't say range.
Well, do you have any other questions for the guy? Because yeah, he's sitting at the back door, and I'll let you know if anything happens with him.
Can you tell your friends to not attack us anymore?
That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
I guarantee you, they won't go away as lightly as you do.
I can
I'm
promise
just
you.
gonna raise a hand. To be fair, he didn't attack us anyway.
I was gonna say we're the ones too aggressive in this situation. He was just simply watching us.
Before I saw
I
something.
hell, I didn't even have my knife on me.
Yeah.
Wait,
The good thing
Elf,
is
didn't you say
smoke-
something glinted?
Because I swore I saw something shiny on him.
Or was that your sixth sense for gold?
No, because did I see the shiny thing when I was approaching him earlier?
Yeah, you did. When you got the critical success on your stealth and perception. Wait, shiny thing on my... Oh, you mean this? And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pocket watch.
How did you not find this?
I was looking for a knife.
That is
I'll
fair.
just sort of point to the elf and go, same.
To be fair, he rolled critical success on hiding stuff, so...
He did, yeah. For all we know, that knife could be a spring blade. That pocket watch could be a spring blade.
What is this,
It's true.
Assassin's Creed?
Yes. It is now.
This pocket watch has 5 different features.
He's looking around a bit curious. I told you most of us didn't have weapons.
That is fair. Isn't there a blacksmith? I believe we saw it on our way through. What was it?
What,
Savard's
Savard's
Armory?
Armory?
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Did we pass by that?
Yes.
Or...
On our way from the garrison, tracking that, we went past Savard's Armory on the
Wait,
corner,
I'm
pillbugs,
looking at the
and
road
so on.
here. We were near
We were over
Bottle
here,
Solution?
yeah, and then
Yeah,
we
were near
walked
Bottle Solutions when we noticed.
down
How did we
here,
get to Bottle Solutions?
Through here?
and then down to there.
There's no
What, through that bit?
road. Yeah, did we walk?
I thought we
There's
followed
no road.
the main road
Okay,
from the
That one
garrison.
was on me. Don't worry about it.
Alright, we'll just
I
say there
didn't.
is.
Yeah, I should have put you guys up on this road, but yeah, that was on me.
Never mind.
Let's be honest. When you're in a town, who doesn't take shortcuts like that?
That's fair.
I mean, it does cut off a good amount of distance, and you
What's
guys did
this-
have access to a map, so
Why don't you say the road was there?
like a small footpath.
Yeah, there was probably like 7 or 8 people walking along that bit.
Yeah.
Would I'm assuming Savar is the proprietor. Would he not sell you weapons, or is he quite expensive?
Would, but well, we don't have the gold to get that many weapons.
The guards didn't have their own weapons with them.
We could.
Well, they were only able to sneak away when they were off duty, and their weapons were locked up. And also, the ones that did get away with their weapons, well, that was only like 5 of them.
We do this job, we do the goblins, get them, and then we come back with money, fund money to buy all these people, weapons. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to
proper
have to say, putting a pin in starting a revolution. These gentlemen will not have the numbers nor the training to beat armed, trained guards.
Okay, you have a point.
They're
You
not
have a
paying-
point.
They're not paying us for their revolution now, are they?
I didn't say that.
He gives you a bit of a dirty glance at that.
I came to
I
this
have
town
to-
for
I have to
work,
make a
for
living
work,
too,
for
so-
living, so I can actually live. And pay for supplies. I did not come and spend it all funding a revolution for your cause, mate.
We were paid to fight and
In
destroy
fact,
these
we
goblins with a potential extra for figuring out the guards who
We
were
haven't been
behind us.
paid anything yet.
Well, I would say their
Fair enough.
cause is not exactly lawful, but it is certainly morally good, I would say. They have a just cause.
No.
I like the fact that nobody's wanted to roll sense motive since you rolled your first one.
I can't sense for shit, so I'm not even going to bother.
Are you trying to get
It's just because whenever
No,
anyone
I'm just making the joke.
other than me,
Yeah, because
I'm
I
just
didn't
making
want
the
to.
joke.
I didn't want to like roll sense motive like constantly throughout the conversation. That'd be annoying.
Logs it.
I was gonna do it, but I just believe him.
I mean, if you want to roll sense motive, you can. I just say don't roll it like back to back to back.
It's one of those things. I just don't like doing it when people say they're gonna do it, because I don't think my character would actually be looking for that, unless I'm looking for it.
Yeah, if you're suspicious or something, go ahead and do it. But
I wouldn't say we
Well, here's the
trust him.
My character's always.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we trust him, but we do believe him.
yeah, fair.
I think that's probably the best way of describing that.
All right, but does anyone have any more questions for James?
The lieutenant
get a
also
map of the
pointed us
place.
at the cathedral. Any ideas why?
I mean, well, I mean, hell, the Church of Asmodeus is always going to be suspect.
Oh,
and
you
there
don't
have
know
been a
the half
couple
of it.
guards over- Do you have something against him?
Oh, you wouldn't
I
even
grit my teeth and keep my
understand.
mouth shut.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, give him like a chance. You don't know, so let's keep that in mind. It could be them, could not be them. We just
Never
gotta see.
trust Asmodeus.
Oh, I like this lady. I like this lady a lot.
Wait, who? Why? Wait, why?
The one who just said never trust Asmodeus.
Who is Asmodeus? I am just blanking here.
Asmodeus is the god of hell.
And a bastard.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. I can't believe I didn't even think about that. Yeah, fucking Asmodeus.
He's the
Wow,
god
that
of
was
hell. Well, fuck him then.
like, no, we shouldn't be presuming of these people. He's the god of hell. Oh yeah, fuck him.
Someone clip that, please.
Please clip it. That was
Yes.
just great.
But yeah, wait. So does that mean the people in that church worship them?
I believe he
Few
said a
of 'em, I
couple.
mean, yeah, it's the cathedral. We've got most of the major gods. I mean, hell, Desna's going to be the major one here, but
I'm sorry,
Pulls
who?
out his mace. All right, let's go kill.
Easy there, angry small
I
man.
place my hand on the shoulder. As much as I would love to join you in that, we have not-
I'm sorry, which god did you say?
Desna's
Yeah, I'm drawing a
Dude.
blank.
the goddess of the dreams, travelers, the stars. You know, the one who put the stars up in the sky while the other gods made the world.
She
No,
did not do that.
Hold on, can I roll willpower for a second? Was there something close to willpower?
Wisdom, I guess,
I'm
or
trying to,
Constitution,
I'm trying not to
probably.
Yeah, I'm trying not to snort.
I can tell you for a fact that this Decius, whatever her name was, did not put the stars in the sky.
Well, you can't know that.
Oh, I think you'll find I can.
You're just no. You can't be that old. You don't look that old.
Oh,
There's
thank
no
you.
human alive that old.
I mean, how far back does history go? Really?
A couple
I believe
100,000 years. I don't know. I don't study history.
it's precisely.
Can I roll to see if he's like what he's saying is like actually true?
I mean,
Like,
You can
in
roll
our
sense
religion-
motive
wait,
to see if he's
are you
lying.
sense motivating me?
Yeah, I'm just legitimately curious.
Alright, so then Viking, if you want to roll bluff, you can slash GM roll me.
We can try it, but I doubt
Or
it's going to work.
persuasion.
Yeah, bluff or persuade. Well, diplomacy.
Diplomacy. Sorry. Yeah, I'm used to. It's usually like either or depending on us.
I cannot roll for shit.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah, Viking, look at the
Yeah,
So
I thought I'd try it.
you're trying to figure out if you're trying to figure out that he's lying, if he's lying or not, then you have to be sense motive, which was your 15, right?
yeah, my 15. Basically, I'm wondering, is what he's saying to him true? Because I actually don't know much. Like, my character doesn't know much about this god, so it's one of those things. Like, he's curious. Like, is he telling the truth? What's going on? What's true? What's
Anybody
lie?
else want to roll sense motive, or are you just gonna?
Oh,
watch
don't
this
stack
roll?
this against
It's
me.
just gonna be.
Yeah, no, I'm not particularly bothered about his delusions at this point. I'm fairly convinced he's just
Yeah,
talking shit.
as far as you can tell, Bellin, he believes what he's saying.
He believes what he's saying. Can I roll religion to see if it's true?
I mean, you can roll religion. You are a cleric.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know.
Nope. You don't know shit.
I am so fucking confused.
You didn't really study Desna. You've more studied the god of dwarves.
I love
the,
how I'm
yeah.
confusing the
Yeah, yeah.
dwarf cleric. The one who's
don't-
supposed to know about the gods, and he's confused. This is brilliant.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. What are you talking about? I kind of zoomed out here, and you kind of just. I'm so confused.
I believe we were talking about Asmodeus being a dick.
Asmodeus. That's the. Okay. Right. That's the.
That is the current king of hell.
Would even clerics
Right,
don't understand
Asmodeus.
every god.
Asmodeus. How you spell Asmodeus? I don't know.
Asmodeus. And I will carve those letters into his heart.
Asmodeus. Asmodeus. Yeah, fuck him. If there's people worshipping him,
Current
I-
is specific.
like I just like
I mean,
Current king of hell.
what? What'd you say?
No, it's in the chat.
Someone in chat. It
So,
was red, you spoon.
Do you have a
I
big
just,
book
I
of all
just love, I just love the arrogance in that statement, though. The current king of hell.
Felon, out of character, do you have like a big book of the gods?
He's just got a
I-
dictionary of gods.
I mean, I'm just
Bear in
looking.
mind,
I'm just looking through the
cleric
Inner
is
World Guide.
basically- A cleric does not necessarily know every other god going.
No,
He's
they-
a patron of like one god.
Yeah, they submit
It's like-
themselves
it's like
entirely to
going-
one.
It's like going up to a pastor and saying, "Okay, cool. So in this part of the Quran, where does it have this such and such and such?" It's like I don't know. It's not my god.
Yeah, I mean, he's
What's
probably
that?
knows more about. That's odd.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I
Express-
only have a-
Try,
I
just
have
try
a
not to say like my just keep that under low.
Yeah, we don't know what your god is, but
Yeah, and I'm-
we
I'm
can
purposely
assume
keeping
it's
that.
probably a good god, considering you don't
Well, I
like the
mean-
king of hell.
Well, I mean, you got Torag.
Then again,
who's
who
the,
does?
god of the dwarves. So
Fair.
Could do suit.
Yeah.
Torek. Magic.
Torag, T-O-R-A-G.
I don't know
You're a
any
dwarf
of
and
these
you
gods.
don't know your own god.
I know two.
No, I forgot how it's spelled.
I do love the fact. Hold on, I do love the fact that this back town, like frontier town, just generic citizen knows more about the gods than the cleric. Apparently,
I know two gods.
He's just
One
not
of them is a
bothered.
cunt.
and one of them I
Also,
just told you
did my
about.
research.
It's fine. I just recommend because you have the Inner Sea World Guide, so read through that. That's got all the big ones of this
Yeah,
region.
because this place has gods of the sea in that as well, doesn't it? Which most other places don't.
A couple, but they aren't the big ones.
Yeah.
Of the pantheon. So, but yeah, because we have been going for about
3.5 hours.
4 hours now, almost.
3.5.
Well, yeah, 3.5 from when we actually started. But
D-
so I was thinking of any more questions for James, and then we could wrap it up.
Or we could take a break.
Okay.
It depends.
Depending
Do
on
you
what
feel
Red
up to
rolls.
good going?
Red,
I
what you
would like some time to prepare for the next section, or at least what I think is going to happen in the next section.
I think you'll
Then
find we're
we'll-
probably going to go to the cathedral and pester some priests.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have any other questions for James. Not that I have on top of my head right now.
No,
you
nothing
have
springs to
one.
mind.
You got one, Runic?
If we were to, have to refer to your group by name, what would you call yourselves?
We didn't think that far ahead, to be
That's
honest.
fine.
Uh,
That's fine.
the Resistance? That's what we are.
Anyone who gives themselves a name usually aren't strong enough to do what they want to do. That's fine.
But may I recommend the Sandpoint Saviors?
Faction.
I will.
Doesn't have the right ring to it.
I will gracefully accept the role of general.
He sort of
I'm joking, of
eyes
course.
you. Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to spend the night here, or go bother some priests?
I'm gonna
I
sort of-
mean, I can make sure you guys have some secure rooms to spend the night here.
Ooh, can you provide drink?
The
Won't
dwarf
be
likes
free,
beer.
but I mean, I could get you maybe around on the house.
I like the
That
sound
would
of
do for
that.
me.
I'm
yeah.
fine paying my own way, properly. I'm just gonna sort of stand up and turn around to the door. Thank you for your time. Open the door and go to head out. And as I get out into the corridor, I'm just gonna duck around the corner, and then cast message and just whisper to him.
Oh,
Ignore most
as
of what
you.
he's-
Oh, sorry.
No,
As you
no,
step out the door, though, he goes, yeah, just talk to Mark. He'll give you a room. Just tell him I sent you.
Mm. So I just step off to one side of the door, close it behind me, and then just sort of whisper to him. These gentlemen, all our nations are in history for the area. If you do need me, ask for me. I don't trust either of these people as much as I trust you.
Wow.
No, sorry, wait, that's the other way around. I don't trust. Yeah, no, I trust these people about as much as I trust you.
Who are you sending this to?
James, I think.
James.
Okay. He's just sort of like,
Look, I've legitimately known you, bunch of idiots, for an hour.
You've known us slightly longer than you've known him.
Doesn't matter. So far, all I've seen is someone that's genuinely, like believes in a cause that he's actually working towards. Someone who laughs at any mention of any gods that anyone else believes in. Someone who keeps wanting to talk about knifing anything they meet, and the actual notice that they brought for this job may or may not have been slightly sticky.
And I don't knife everyone I want to meet.
And a
Everyone
dwarf
you wanna
who,
meet.
As soon as a certain god was mentioned, pulled a mace out and went, right.
as soon as he recognized a certain god.
I mean,
Like-
you've got to give us credit. We did stop him.
I do like the fact that Pelhin, you were unknowingly, literally playing devil's advocate.
Yeah. Against the king of hell. You're like, well, let's not assume he's a bad guy. He's the king of hell.
Oh, fuck him. I hope someone got a
Alright.
clip of that.
If they haven't, I will go back and get one.
Okay, good. Because that needs to be clipped.
Like, I'd also recommend saving this entire VOD so I can make a story out of it.
Oh, there,
Oh,
it's
God,
saved.
yes.
Yeah, it's automatically saved.
Yeah.
Notes.
Make
We have
sure-
visual.
We'll make sure
notes.
this is saved, like properly saved.
Oh yeah, I'm
so
gonna
we'll
export
delete
it to
after a certain
YouTube.
amount of time.
We have video notes. We can do that now. We can
Yeah.
just
Right,
watch
so
back what we've said.
we're going to
And,
spend the night
but-
here, are we?
Yep, if you guys want to. I mean, I don't know where else you'd find rooms, but yeah.
If it's
I'm
done
already
on the
heading downstairs.
tab, yeah, if it's done on the tab of this James guy, then sure.
Yeah, the rooms are in the first round of drinks.
I accept this. Out of curiosity, how big are the rooms?
Decent size. There's some which are just a single bed. There are some that are like twin bed. There's like two maybe that are queen size beds.
I'll take a queen size bedroom.
Yeah, I'd like to try and find a room that only has one entrance and actually
Yeah.
and a noise trap near the entrance.
All right.
I'm
All the
gonna-
rooms do
oh.
have windows though, so.
All of them. Okay. I don't think I can make a trap with crossbow pointing at the window, can
You can make a what?
Trap crossbow.
a crossbow trap, like a shotgun trap, beneath the window.
How fucking nervous are you? Jesus.
This fits.
It does fit my character, actually.
It does.
Especially now that Asmodeus is here.
There's a couple.
You could, yeah, I'd say you could. It'd be fairly obvious to anyone who's actually inside the room, though, and it'd take your
No,
crossbow.
That's assuming they got into the room in the first place. 'Cause I'm placing a noise trap at the door, or no, the noise trap is at the window and the crossbow trap's at the door.
Oh, okay, so you're reversing it. So then, yeah. So
And,
it'd be
I'm
Yeah.
also going to put a sock on the door so no one enters.
A sock on the door
okay.
It's a
all right.
universal sign.
for
Don't
wanking.
come in. Like, basically, don't come in. Trusting
I'd
no
imagine.
one's-
I'd imagine Ezra might.
I would find the
actually
fun
try the
side
door
of
at
that.
that point.
Yeah, that is maybe. I'm still not entirely sure what she is. So
Elf of some kind, maybe, probably.
well, I've seen elves. I've slept with elves, but they don't look like her.
Do you know what an elf is?
Yes, elves I do know, inside and out.
Wait.
Uh,
Inside.
Wink.
Best not to ask.
Or you can.
I'm not getting an aurora message from this. I'm getting a more oh god from this.
I will tell you my stories over drinks.
I would like to change my first round of drink just for some food. Just to go to my room.
So I will get my drink. Hopefully the largest one they have. And presumably drink with the dwarf.
Are you gonna get into a drinking contest with a dwarf?
Oh, I'm gonna drink him under the fucking table.
Oh, are we doing this?
I mean, we can do if you want.
Oh man, let me look.
Next game will
Wait.
start with a drunk dwarf, I might add.
All right.
Actually,
so-
you know what? Fuck it, we'll do the check right now to see who drinks who under the table. Both of you make a Constitution check.
I get something for being a dwarf, right?
You get your Constitution modifier. I'd say you get like a +2
Wait, that's just
or +1. +1 for being a dwarf. Let's see.
okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh, is that the same number as your constitution score?
Yeah, plus my modifier. Yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh no, with his. Hang on, what?
It's
You have to be the most sheltered dwarf in existence.
Actually, hold on a second though. Then because of the modifier, that's 13 both. So they both passed out at pretty much the same time.
You seem to think that I can pass out.
I was gonna say, am I gonna pass out?
Well, you don't manage to drink them under the table.
No, that is
Oh,
fair.
so we just keep
He matches you drink for drink. All right. Actually, you did roll pretty high, so you don't manage. You don't pass out.
I'm
thankfully.
quite impressed. I am quite impressed. He is absolutely hammered. I'm starting to come down.
Yeah. No, you're both drinking like drink for drink, and Ezra's looking fairly impressed at Belhin, and Belhin is astounded that a human's putting away this many drinks.
just
I mean, it's not a surprise considering the amount of drugs he's got to be on to be convinced that he.
Might
So
I remind
true.
you of the current King of Hell quote?
Yeah.
I swear, I thought I have. Where is this? I thought, is it just in 5e?
How
that
do you not have any? Like, how do you have constitution?
Good God, Dragon!
Who,
you
me?
I
spelled
put
it
my
terribly.
lowest. I put my lowest stat in con, which was a 9.
Okay.
Wait, if it was a 9, you'd have a -1.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
not lowest stat into 9 plus 2, which is I think
Make it 11.
So I have no plus or minus.
Yeah, okay.
Because 12, in which I get the plus.
Wait, that means I would still have more than you if I didn't have the -2.
I have 12 constitution with a +1.
Also,
Hang on. Am I the tank? Am I the heartiest person here?
Maybe.
What's the hip? Are we gonna compare
Yeah, cool.
or?
As I said, my constitution's 4.
Yeah, but
My
what's your
hit
hit
points
points? Mine's 9.
10.
So
yeah, you're the tank. The summoner's the tank.
well, it's okay because his Eidolon is the tank.
I mean, the Eidolon's got 14 hit points in an armor class of 16.
Yeah.
I'm purely. Wait, did I really set this up?
Dragon's Ranger has had to tank before, so
Yeah,
Ranger-
Oh, that's
Rangers
why I
can
changed.
tank, so yeah.
I changed the stat. I put my 15 in Dex instead of Con.
domain.
Yeah.
So increase
I'm
your armor class rather than.
I'm confused. Why is the description classing you, like addressing you as a her?
Because that's the way that Pathfinder.
That's just the
Yeah,
generic.
Oh right, I was gonna say.
It was any time they referred to a character, it was always assumed the character was female.
Fair enough.
Wait, really?
Didn't actually know that.
Yeah, 3.5
I've had
in
some.
Pathfinder, yeah.
I've had some refer to as male, others female. Like all the roguewins I've seen so far. refer to as
Also,
female.
I don't think none of us actually
Oh.
asked.
I know it was. I know for 3.5, it was definitely everyone was referred to as female. In 3.5.
Well, we're
And
playing,
I just assumed they
sec-
sort of carried that over into.
We're playing
playing
first edition Pathfinder.
Oh,
not
first
second edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, not second edition.
I
Because,
don't think we
I
actually
don't
asked
know it
this.
as well as first edition.
But,
and we were thinking about it, but
Red, what's the sort of population? Are they humans with elves mixed in, or are they primarily humans?
Sandpoint is mainly humans. There's very few non-humans, and if they are, they're near the docks, near their ships.
Fair enough. So they would
Yeah,
probably go to the
I'd
fat
like-
man's feedback.
And typically, even then, only really half elves or half orcs, and half orcs are very rare here.
I am
I would
quite.
point out that harbor is actually really tiny.
Oh, it is
Was it-
tiny.
Oh yeah.
There's
It's
barely
a
enough room.
small port town.
There's barely enough room for those ships, especially ships of that size, to turn around and go back out.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
would.
water also appears to be fairly shallow.
Yeah, I would also like to question Pixie's kitten. Sounds like a
Don't worry
stripper.
about it.
Pixie's kitten. Yeah, that sounds like a brothel.
Don't worry about
Is there a brothel in this town, Red? Don't you fucking lie to me if there's a brothel in this town.
it. I'm going to say maybe, so that way I'm not lying in case I find out there isn't.
Okay.
I would imagine. Well, it is a frontier town, but again, with this many taverns that are in there, I wouldn't.
It's a port town.
Yeah.
It is a
Mhm.
port town as well.
So are we gonna leave the session there tonight? Or are we gonna have a break?
Yeah, that's
or-
where I'm going to be calling it.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
Did Boogerlugs notice anything out the back?
Bugger Lux, is that what you're calling your dog? He says no.
not-
He's not. Stop.
Yeah, the port
And,
town would have a lot.
yeah, I'm going to do the outro, or at least my imagination of what it. And now, dear listeners, a break, and we shall come back to our band of adventurers and hope that they do well. For not even I know how this story ends.
That's a concern.
It's actually
Question.
not absurd.
I mean,